Welcome, welcome everyone to Casually FC. Welcome to your another installment of the Casually Chelsea show. I'm accompanied here by Curry Pulisic, Real Chris, Oliver Twist, and myself, Marshalldbdx, your host. If you are new here, be sure to smash up the subscribe button, hit that like. So that helps us out with the algorithm. Be sure to hit the bell notification so you're notified whenever we do go live. Check out the links in the description below and leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts about everything we're going to be discussing today, which there are a few stories to discuss, and I got none of these things ready, so bear with me a second, guys. But if you haven't already done so, please do be sure to check out the memberships starting at 99p. All that stuff helps out the channel tremendously, and it's a big way to show your support. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with this first story that I had. I'm fumbling the bag today, boys. I'm not gonna lie. I completely forgot about this too. Wow. Listen, this is what happens when you were anticipating a spectacular match and you got scraps. So Arsenal, Man City, absolutely worst overhyped game I've ever seen today, or in general this season. I think that was probably the worst game of the season in terms of hype and the expectations. I mean, we'll talk about this shortly while I actually get the actual show set up. But I mean, what are your guys' thoughts for those of you that actually watched the game on the title race now? I guess go ahead, Chris.
It wasn't good, man. We started arguing over about TV shows. That sums up, man. We was literally bored out of our minds, so we started talking about TV shows. But it's mainly because Arsenal were playing defensive and all that. Like, we saw Saka centre back, like right back, like he was defending for his life. Like they played terrorist ball for sure. Arteta didn't want to concede a goal, like definitely not first anyway, because yeah, dead game, man. But I also think now this favours City a lot now drawing this game still though. Arsenal, if they're actually celebrating,
it favoured Liverpool. Liverpool are first now.
No. I mean, when I say it favours City, City have the easiest run, realistically, like into this now, and they're all very close to the point. So you know, if one of them drops points and City keeps winning now, it's gonna be over for them. So I think now this is gonna be a good run for City. So I wouldn't be celebrating as an Arsenal fan really, because you needed a win. You needed to beat City today, because if you beat City today, you took them out basically, you know, for a good run.
But yeah, you gave them room to breathe. But regardless though, like, let me look at Liverpool's run of fixtures actually real quick, because Chris, I think you're moving fraudulently, man.
Why?
Because it favors Liverpool the most, I think.
I think. Yes, like they have the second easiest run, and they don't have Champions League football, so you know what?
They have Europa.
Yeah, but Europa.
So they have Sheffield. They have Man U, which Man U could give them a game. We saw they lost to Man United already. Crystal Palace, Fulham, and this is only in the Premier League, boys. Everton, West Ham, Tottenham. Tottenham could be a tough one, and Villa could be a tough one.
Yeah, those two gotta be tough. But
and they still have to play Arsenal. Apparently, I didn't realize that. That's to be announced. They have an Arsenal game to play to make up for? There's no way.
If I look at cities right now, like really quickly, they have Aston Villa, they have Crystal Palace.
No,
they
don't have two games in hand. This is something else. Okay.
They have Brighton, Nottingham Forest, Wolves, Fulham, West Ham. That's it. They don't have any big teams really, except for Aston Villa's the biggest team they're facing in the Premier League. So it's quite easy for Man City realistically. If they beat Aston Villa, very easy run next on. Like there's no one challenging at all. Yeah. So Arsenal, you pussies, you fucked it for yourselves, man. At least try to attack. I know you have Kai Havertz up top and all that, but like at least try to attack, not just fucking sit back for half the game, most of the game.
I mean, Curry, what were your thoughts on the game, man?
I don't think
I want no. I was with you. We were literally watching together.
I'm thinking of Oliver.
Okay.
Come on, Chris.
That was. I want no Arsenal fan to criticize how Porto played against them in the Champions League when they were saying in the first leg that was anti-football, because that's exactly what they did against Man City. That was anti-football. That was 10 men behind from minute one, and this is the possession offensive team Arsenal. Like, oh my god, I'm never gonna get those 2 hours back. and I'm a Chelsea
Yeah,
fan.
I'm actually. That's what I'm actually upset about. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Curry.
that's
I didn't
about
mean to
it.
interrupt.
No, that's about it. I'm never getting those 2 hours back. And I watched Arsenal beat Burnley 2-2 draw and 10 men. So
Yeah, I almost rather watch that match again than the match that we just witnessed today. That match was absolutely so boring. It had Chris having me talk about fucking The Walking Dead. So it was a dead match. I am absolutely upset that I wasted time on that. I wish I'd just spent my time doing other things. But it is what it is, and you never know with football. Sometimes you get and you know what's crazy? People are gonna call that's a chess match, that's a tactical match, and it's like, no, it's not. That was shit. Both teams not taking any risk. You know, Gabriel Jesus cutting inside, cutting outside, cutting inside. This man's a butcher, cutting all the meat that he was cutting, bro. Like, it was just insane. So, like, I was done. The game was so dead. I couldn't believe it wasn't more open like I saw against like Liverpool or, you know, other games like us against Man City. Tell me how we score 5 goals this season past Man City, but fucking Arsenal can only score 1. I'm just saying, like, uncomfortable conversation.
It's still the same outcome though. You know, they draw 0-0 this game, we draw 4-4, and you know, whatever it was at the Etihad as well. So same points.
You know, they could probably use our Hilton sponsorship. That's the sponsorship we have, right? That's the one that everyone's complaining about. Yeah, the bed thing. Yeah, because the snooze fest that was going on at in that game, they could probably could have used that. So
I reckon the Man United and Chelsea games could be more entertaining than that. It's just 2 clowns going at each other.
I fucking hope so. Jesus Christ. But all right, let's go on and start off the show talking about some news, which is the chairman change right here that I had it up for I don't know how long, and I hope it hasn't been that long, but here it is. Let's go ahead and start off with this first bit of news, which I don't know if this is much news. I guess this is them making it more official now that Todd Boehly is going to step down as chairman. But let's talk about it. So Chelsea will appoint new chairman in 2027 to replace Todd Boehly. Igbali or Feliciano could take the role themselves or may identify a third party to take the reins. No decision on who would take the chairmanship has been made. Then we have here, oops, I shared the wrong screen. 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. All right, anyways, on the Chelsea chairman change, the expectation is that in 2027, the priorities and strategy are likely to remain broadly the same. Recruitment will focus mainly on bringing the planet's best young talent to West London. So, and then we have one more here. There has also been a lot of talk recently of lowering of expectations at Chelsea, but insiders say that co-owners are aghast at such a suggestion. Regardless of who is the chairman, the aim remains for Chelsea to win matches, to play in the Champions League, and to bring trophies to Stamford Bridge. This is all coming from Mike Keegan. So, I mean, is this really news, guys? I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it is. We kind of knew Boehly was stepping down.
What do you mean? They're on about lowering their expectations at Chelsea.
Yeah,
I don't like how it said like that. I don't want to because
no. It doesn't say that the ownership are lowering the expectations. It says that they are like kind of like disgusted at the fact they're being accused of that. That's what aghast means.
Okay, yeah, because
they're upset that people are saying that they are lowering.
They wouldn't like be here, of course, because the amount of money they're spending, they want to be at top of obviously the table. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I understand it. I understand it from the money side, but it's like what we've been saying pretty much for most of the season. You can spend all the money you want, but when you're not making the decisions that back up the apparent ambition that you have, you're sticking with this manager, and just things like that. You're sticking with these sporting directors. It really doesn't make much of a difference, no matter how much money you spend, because these players are going to be put into a system like we see this season that they're not going to be able to thrive in. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
For Reece James, 500 million. There we go.
We'll get to the Reece James talk, obviously. And I'm letting you know right now, if you are in Chat Prime and you are not here by the time we're finished talking about Reece James, we're not talking about Reece James. I'm not giving you multiple windows to talk about this guy. So this is the one and done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Until there's more news, I am not going back to conversing about Reece James. But anyways, we will get to Reece James eventually. But yeah, like, there's a thing. I think the owners, their standard is to get top football. The standard is to, get the Champions League, win matches, challenge for the Prem. But I think they're very mistaken as to how to go about doing it. And I think what they're doing is being patient because they think that this is a process that's going to pay off, which it could. And maybe it will. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not going to work. Like, we need to give these kind of things times, especially considering the experienced players. But here at Chelsea, we don't have patience. And when it comes to the finances, there isn't really much time to play with, especially considering how much we spent on all these players and so on and so forth. So whether someone else takes over as chairman, we'll see. As we all know, Boli has been more of a figurehead and a face to the club than anything else. Iqbali is really the one that's been running the show. And I don't know I think there was a rumor prior that apparently there was like a 50-50 split between the both of them, that in the first year, Boli was going to take care of things, and then the second year it's going to be Iqbali and so on and so forth. I don't know how true that is, but
I doubt that was the plan because they wanted to keep Marina, remember?
Yeah, that is true. Well, they wanted Marina to help with the transition, and then all that stuff happened with the Marina and the charges and all that stuff with Roman, which is probably a reason why Marina stepped down. She didn't want anything to do with that stuff anymore. But yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say how much is going to affect the club really, but I also don't think that this is that big of a deal. I think it's kind of stuff that we've already discussed and already know about. But any other thoughts on this and any other points of discussion that we want to bring up?
I mean, I'll tell you what this is from my perspective. This is just
go for it.
Journalists that are taking information that's already out there. I did see reports before this that said that there would be a transition in the chairmanship of the club in 2027. So this is just journalists basically taking pre-existing information and blowing it out of proportion to make it look like we're a mess. Yeah. That's what it is. The chairmanship doesn't matter, to be honest, because it's just going to be the non-sporting side negotiating business and sponsorships, stuff of that sort. It has nothing to do with on the pitch. So I don't care personally.
Agreed, Solomon. That's the other thing too. They all take decisions together. What are we going to say, Chris?
I will say, if they keep Poch next season, their standards are low. Like for next season, their standards are low. I'm not going to be happy if they keep Poch. There's other managers out there.
No, I was just agreeing with Chris.
Yeah, he said
okay. Yeah, I mean, time will tell because unfortunately, I think from their perspective, because of the data showing a slight improvement since Poch started versus now, I think they're gonna think in their heads like, hey, if he's continuing to exponentially improve, if we let this play out, then maybe he'll start challenging next season.
I'm so sick of this data thing. Like,
top 4 or league. What do they think? You reckon?
I think they reckon. If I had a wait, where's this thing?
Like a slight improvement.
If I had to look at my little crystal ball, I'm gonna say that they think top 4 next season. Champions League run. We're back at it, boys. We're going to go back to top 4.
And then they see context, they fucking seen this fucking idiot like play Chilwell at left wing and Colwell at left back and Matson at right wing, and
that's more of a tactical chess match than what we saw today against Arsenal.
God knows.
Yes, I see the future.
No, the man was playing checkers while the rest are playing chess. That's what he was doing.
You know what, right? I've got a bit of data for everyone because we want to be on this whole data thing. Okay, let's talk data then. Marshall, do you remember, and to the rest of the panel as well, do you remember when I brought up that league table of what a league table would look like if you just played the second half of every game?
Yeah.
Oh
we are now 18th in that league table.
I don't like to think
we are the third worst team in the Premier League in the second half of matches.
It's like
that's some data for you.
It's like we've got first half,
okay, yeah, you're right. That is data. You know, one of the things that kind of annoys me a little bit, and I'm not saying Oliver does this, it is out there, right? It's like all these fans like to pull out the most irrelevant. It goes both ways, by the way, mind you. They like to pull out the most irrelevant stats and data to support whatever fucking narrative they want to support. What other team pulls out this kind of data about, like, if you just take our second half minutes versus our first half, this is where we're on the table? When have we ever done this as a team? Like, even in a positive sense, when have we ever done this?
Since we became shit and became a mid-table team.
Okay, I'll balance it then, because I did see where we are currently on the first half side of things. We're like in the top 6. We're not bad.
Can we change football next season then? Just first half teams. Like, first half football.
We're literally, Marshall, we're literally in the top 6. It's not even that bad.
Actually wild. Yeah. But it's funny.
And we're 18
you don't
for the
hear
second
those
half.
arguments either. It's like, it's 6 for one half, a dozen for the other. It's like, it's insane to me, man. It's just like, sometimes these stats, like obviously that's nowhere near as bad as people doing expected runs for Rashford or whoever the fuck it was. Like, this is some crazy shit. Like, people pull out stats out of their ass, and sometimes you just gotta watch the football. And I get it. The football has been shit, and I get it. Our second half is usually always bad, but it is what it is.
I think football fans need to be educated on how to use stats in an argument. You do not use it as a basis for your point. You do not use it to project the future. You use it to back up evidence that you're seeing with your eyes. Because you can make anything look good with a stat. There's always a stat that will make a bad player or a bad situation look good. So you've got to use it in support of the eye test.
Well, that's the thing. Let's see. This is what I want to know. What stats are Strasbourg using to back up this behavior that we're seeing on our screen right now? So, to go into the story, Strasbourg Ultras have protested against the ownership of Blue Co. We're seeing them protest here. Strasbourg Ultras are marching against Blue Co. Mind you guys, I will say, listen, I will give credit where credit is due. I did say 2 weeks ago that if you're going to sit here and whine and complain, if you really, really are against what the owners are doing and all this and that, then stand on your morals and fucking do something about it. And I got to give Strasbourg Ultras the benefit of the doubt. They are actually doing something about it. Mind you, they did win against Rennes, which is quite a competitive team, which Ahmed's not here. Fraud. He can hold that.
Condolences.
Ahmed's not here to defend his team, so he took multiple L's. Chelsea lost. Chelsea's women lost. He probably watched that match, so he lost time on that, just like everyone else. And his team, Rennes, lost. So hold that, Ahmed. That's 4 L's on... I don't have my soundboard. God damn it. I don't have the always losing sound. Otherwise, I would have played it. But, oh well.
Like, aren't Strasbourg doing a lot better than they did, obviously, last season? So I don't understand why.
It's not a lot better. No.
It's not a lot better, but it is better by margins.
I thought they relegation, I heard.
They are very, very close to the relegation zone.
Yeah.
So they're doing a little bit, so they're improving. So
they're doing a little better. If they win their next match, I was talking to Curry Pirate about this. If they win their next match, then they'll jump to 7th or something or like that. No, 9th place. And they're facing a team that they have to beat that's ahead of them. So Strasbourg, and mind you, we'll talk about this, but Andre Santos also played. So I think Vieira's finally trying to figuring something out in regards to, like, hey, you have a good player here, fucking play him. But I'm just saying, like, I got to give kudos to Strasbourg for the protests. They're standing on their morals. If they truly believe what they believe, which the French, I'm sorry, love to complain about a lot of shit and they protest over everything. This is another thing where I'm like, okay, Chelsea fans, the Chelsea Yurdas that like to go to the stadium and their season pass holders, the mineral munchers that we see all the time, right? If you really believe what you believe, then gather a group of individuals that of the like-minded belief and do this. Stand on your morals. Don't just sit and bitch and moan and do a sticker campaign. Like, ooh, sticker campaign. Oh, yeah, that's definitely going to get the attention of the owners. Yeah. Fucking Clown Lake and shit. Like, they give a fuck. Go ahead, Curry.
Marshall, they finished 15th last season with a total of 40 points in 38 games, and right now they're at 32 points in 27 games. So it looks like at the very least they're easily going to beat what they did last season.
Yeah.
And they were 15th last season. So it's like, what are we talking about? And you only got like spend money on one major signing. So and if we're doing this whole time thing, then it's VR's first season and it's this project's first season. And they've already improved where you are in points direction compared to last. And when Nice got bought out by the same people who have their 25% stake in, that they weren't great in the beginning either. They're great now, 3 to 4 years down the line, when they built the infrastructure. They weren't great early on. They were pretty shit too. So then I don't know why they're protesting, and specific with Strasbourg. Like, there's just some agenda about, like, I guess they don't want conglomerates. But then you guys should have voted like what Germany did ages ago. Where Germany, besides Leipzig and one other team in their entire league, everything else is 50+1 with the fans. Then they should have just voted for that. It's a them problem, not an us problem.
Yeah.
Like, the owners are doing what they can for that. And sorry, to talk about CFC, Daniel, we can't vote
right here.
them out. Because the same Roman Abramovich that we all love chose these guys and made a 10-year contract that they can't sell the club for 10 years.
The very comments the comments are answering their own question.
Without severe financial penalties at the very least, I'm assuming, because they can't take out dividends either. The contract was for 10 years. They can't take out dividends or
different contracts, CFC Daniel. Very different contracts. You have to understand too that at the time that Roman sold the club, he was under time constraints, and it was a whole sanction. So it was like we were very desperate to get this done as soon as possible. When who sold to the Glazers? Who were the owners that sold to the Glazers?
I don't know.
Does anyone know? So the previous owners of United probably had a lot more time to actually sell their club than Roman did. So, like, I'm not going to blame Roman entirely. I think Roman had his hands tied to a certain extent. But at the same time, it's part of the contract. There's not really a loophole. And if there is a loophole, we're not going to fucking find it. We're not all financiers. So that's probably going to be something that Blueco know. Also, Mike Doss, I will address this very soon. Okay? I will address this very soon.
I guess it's a done deal.
Yeah.
Hey, what?
But no. He's just reading. He's just being sarcastic. He's being sarcastic.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll address Mr. Mike Doss later. Big up to Mike Doss. But yeah, like.
Sorry. Can I say one last thing? Sorry, if you don't mind.
Do your thing, man.
So he's saying we're taking 20 million out of his chairmanship. Then why did they also raise another 500 million earlier in the season to pump in more money for us to build a stadium? Explain that to me. So, okay, I'm sorry, they're taking 20 million, but they're also contradicting wise raising money and taking up 500 million. So then what are we? So what? Okay, let's minus the 20 million. Okay, 480. Apologies. Like, what are we bitching and complaining? We can talk about what they're doing with that money in terms of spending it on the players and that, but you can't say they're not spending it on the team, unlike the Glazers. You can't say they're taking out major dividends. Like, the Glazers are taking out dividends, like actual dividends.
Yeah.
And they're publicly issued stock, and they can just buy more stock.
Yeah, that's the part that bothers me the most is the comparisons with the Glazers. Just because one American does things bad, it is. It is to a certain extent. It is.
Okay, so you're saying it's fine for Clown Lake to take 20 million, but then how is it also fine for Clown Lake, the same Clown Lake, to put in 500 million? 500 million this season, not also before when they also raised money last season and the time before when they bought our club for 3 billion. So they've almost pumped in 3.5 to almost $4 billion into this club.
Okay, hold on.
I did not say that. I literally just said
No. Hold on. Curry, I got this. Listen,
guys, I said this right now.
This is the part where you guys get so fucking butthurt when we don't agree with everything you say. This is the part that bothers me the most, is when you guys can't actually look at things from a realistic standpoint. Yes, the owners stink. They're not doing a good job. That's why I actually praise, if you were here 10 minutes ago, praise the Strasbourg Ultras for protesting because they're standing on their morals. They don't like what the owners are doing. Fine, do something about it. They are doing something about it. I praise this. This is good. Do something about it. All right? If you don't like them, then do something about it. We're stuck with them, and they know, these guys, the protesters, know that they're stuck with the owners. They addressed it in interviews. They understand, but they're still going to let their voices be heard.
No, Marshall, they're not stuck. They're not stuck with Blueco. We are.
Okay, we are stuck with Blueco, but they understand that Blueco isn't going to just go up and sell Strasbourg. They understand that. It has to. They maybe they will eventually, but they won't.
As far as we're aware, they could literally sell Strasbourg tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's a different situation with us.
What we're saying is just the objective truth. This is the big picture. It's not black and white, guys. I'm sorry. This isn't fucking a Disney show where it's just good and bad. No. This is real life. There's a lot of gray area. When we say that the owners have spent more than $1 billion in this club, is that a truth or a lie? It's true. It's true, right? They've spent more than $1 billion in the club, and then you come out here and say, okay, let's put up here, right? What you said, right? So fine, so it's fine to Clown Lake to take $20 million per season from our club. Okay, supposedly they're supposed to be here for 10 years. 20 million times 10 is 200 million. So yeah, actually, it's fine. If you know how many millions it takes to make $1 billion? No, 999. A thousand millions make $1 billion. So if you're gonna take 200 million towards yourself, but you're gonna invest 1 billion into the club, yeah, I'm fine with it. I don't really care. Just invest right, invest correctly, because you've been investing really shittily lately based on the results. So yes, you can have actual criticism of the ownership and have it be true, without sucking off minerals, points of views, and all this agenda and all this propaganda. You can have criticism, but also be honest about your criticism. There's a bigger picture here, and we're just saying the facts.
Yeah, so also CFC 44, yeah, they're going to raise ticket prices, because even Roman was planning to do that, because he wanted to move stadiums, because this stadium of 44,000 is not enough for the fan base. That is a global fan base, and I'm sorry, me and Marshall are part of that global fan base. Apologies for that, putting in money and supporting this team for me now 20 years. But it's a global fan base, so you're going to have people who want to visit, and there's a lot of people who want to go there, but there's not enough seats. So how do they accommodate? And even with the ticket prices, if I'm correct, we're still not higher in season tickets than Arsenal and Spurs. Listen, and we're the biggest club in London.
I'm not defending the ticket prices. Like,
can I just talk? I'm talk about the ticket.
I think it sucks when the ticket prices are going up. It's because we're dog shit.
Yeah, exactly. The timing of it is absolutely horrible. I get that. Yeah,
I get that. But like, we're still the third highest. We're not the highest still.
I just want to comment on this ticket thing because I just want to comment on this ticket thing because I didn't quite get the opportunity to do it when we covered the raises in the last stream. I just want to talk particularly about this 5K ticket. For everyone that doesn't know, I am an undergraduate mathematics student. I study that at university, undergraduate level. I do stats. That 5K thing is called an outlier. That is not the norm. If you are buying a 5K seat to sit behind the dugout, and there are not many in a 40,000 stadium, if you're buying that seat, you deserve to lose that money. I don't feel sympathy for anyone that buys that seat. When it comes to general price raises, I agree. I agree that is not fair. But if you're dumb enough to buy that 5K seat, then I have no sympathy for you, and no one else should.
Oliver, it's gonna be rich people buying that 5K seat anyway, well-off people. So
Exactly.
It's not a general thing. Like I can appreciate the general ticket raise because the quality of football has declined drastically. Fans do not deserve to be paying more.
But again,
things like that, that's just taking something out of context, you know.
CFC 44.
And also for the bed thing. The bed thing is also. Sorry, the bed thing is specific is just for the women's game, and we don't sell out Stamford Bridge during that, do we, guys? Let's be honest with ourselves. Unless, did you guys watch the Women's World Cup today? I mean, the final today we had.
I did not watch it.
Exactly, and I'm assuming CFC 44 probably did not. So the bed thing, because first we complain, oh, they're raising ticket prices. Okay, if they do our advertising like Argyle, you complain. If they do the bed thing, which is with Trivago, which is one of our sponsors, which is in an empty section of the stadium that no one's going to occupy because we don't sell at the stadium for the women's game, then you complain. It's not. We don't see this in their men's game, do we, guys? Do we see it anywhere on the TV?
No, of course not.
The bet is in the women's game. Do we sell our Stamford Bridge in the women's games? No, we don't. That's what we play in the other stadium. It's only when the big tournaments, like with Champions League, we bring the women's team to Stamford Bridge, and we still don't sell that out.
And so this is why I have criticisms of fans, because I understand if you're upset that the ownership are raising tickets, but then you've got a problem with them selling academy players. You've got a problem with them doing a Hilton bed sponsorship. You just don't want them to make any money. You've got a problem with every single way they need to make money. So where does the buck stop, really? Because they need to make money to make the team better for you, because you're demanding that. So where does the buck stop?
We want our Osimhen, right? Don't we want 100 million Osimhen or Gilchrist or Alphonso Davies, who's going to probably cost us 80 million and so on and so forth? Don't we need more money for that? And also, there's a new ruling that we can only, year after year, spend only 70% of the total income we make. So we have to make more money to spend more money on our wages, on our agent fees, on our transfers, right? That's also to do with winning. If we win, we get more global fan fees and more prize money. But since we aren't doing that, the other way is through advertisement, guys. It's amazing, right?
So here's the thing. Fly. So we're not supposed to voice our opinion, and when we do, it's complaining. When you voice your opinion about how you're not happy with the beds being there, when you're not happy, well, what else did you complain about? I can't even freaking remember anymore. When you're not happy with the ticket prices, when you're not happy with a Plymouth Argyle promotion, when we're not happy with the young youth model and all this and that, that's complaining. If you were to come on this,
selling tickets over 5K for people behind the coach. That's like every team, guys. You know how much front row tickets for Lakers games cost? Yeah, because they're right where the bench is, right? Are you gonna pay? Do you guys want to sit behind the bench? Are you even before 5K? I'm assuring you, it's probably gonna cost you 2 to 3K for those tickets before Roman times even. So were you gonna pay 3K then, guys? Was CFC gonna pay 3K to sit behind? What do you call it? Thomas Tuchel?
So again, I'm gonna. You're right, Fly. I am putting words in your mouth. This is just a general consensus around Twitter, around the mineral munchers, because that's the other honest truth as well. A lot of these people that are complaining and feeding into this propaganda, they're coming from a certain corner of the internet, a certain corner of YouTube that has a very, very loud mouth. So that's why I address it. It's not the living rent-free in my head. I could give less of a shit. At the end of this day, I turn this shit off. I watch porn. I watch anime. I do my thing. I fucking work out. I work. I do my job. I don't... Chelsea is not in my head 24/7, and neither is Chelsea content creation. All right, I do my show. I have fun. I chat with you guys. I have these discussions with. At the end of the day, as displeasing as this discussion may seem, I actually enjoy it because I like feeding into debates sometimes. But when I'm talking about the general consensus of these Chelsea fans that are all bully out and all this stuff, it's not necessarily that they're not allowed to voice their opinions. But very often than not, what I hear is just complaints about things that are seen as just black and white. So if you had come here and said complaints about why haven't these owners sacked Poch, why haven't these owners sacked Win Stanley and Lawrence Stewart, then I'm all for it. I'm hearing it because I agree with you. The fact that the model has gone the way it has, the fact that we haven't made any changes, the fact that we haven't done anything to replace Poch, I'm all for that. I agree. I agree with people who say that. I understand. And that's where I criticize the ownership. When we look at how you can sit here and come and complain like, why did the owners sack Thomas Tuchel when they did? Why didn't they organize this organization, this hierarchy that they have now prior to the season? Why didn't they do this sooner? I'm here for it. That's reasonable, actual criticism of the ownership. Half the time, 75% of the time, that's not what we hear. That's not what people complain about. They want to complain about the most irrelevant shit. Really, you're complaining about the mattress in the Stamford Bridge? Really? When that's one, the very least of the issues, and two, you understand that they're doing that to raise funds for the club. It's a sponsorship. It's doing it for the women's game, like Curry Pirate stated, which doesn't sell out. Like we're correlating 1 and 1 and trying to think it makes 3 or 4. No, this is not how it works. It's not rules for thee, but not for me. Like, let's be consistent here. Like, what I'm trying to manifest here in Casually FC is actual reasonable discussion. Let's take all the facts and actually have a reasonable take on these things. Let's give you what we think is the truth. What we think is base facts. I'm not trying to spit a narrative at you. I'm not trying to spit an agenda at you guys. I'm just trying to tell you what's on the table and where I think I stand on it, where the rest of the guys think I stand on it. We don't always agree, but we're here to have a discussion. And that's the important part. I feel like a lot of people on Twitter don't want to have a discussion. They're either bully out or they're fucking bully in, whatever. There's no discussion. No why you're bully out or why you're in. You're just trying to feed an agenda. This is easy to just say this and that. Like, that's not what this channel's about, and that's not how I was raised to look at the world. So that's my. I mean, I don't know if anyone else wants to add or if there's other comments to address.
Yeah, like him saying, "Oh, like we double our prices once again." It sucks that we're doing that at the time we are, but we're still cheaper than Arsenal and Spurs. Okay, and you know what would have made ticket prices cheaper? If we had more seats to occupy, so then we can amortize those things, right? So then the base cost for all those tickets might be cheaper if we had a bigger stadium. But the pitch owners and so on and so forth don't want to move. And the land we live in is very expensive. So the land we have to buy around us is going to be expensive to buy. Yes or no? And it's going to be hard to get even. And also, you saying the atmosphere is flat because, it's going to price our local fans. Our atmosphere has always been flat. Unless we're in a season where we're actually getting the title and then things are getting up because we're basically winning every game. It is the most flat shit ever. It's been like that since forever, since like 2011. The only good seasons were like during the Champions League run because it was like the last hurrahs. And then 2015, 2014 because Jose's back in and we were second. 2015, 2016 was dismal. 2017, Conte brought us all back together. And then 2018, 2019, we hit Sarri and we wanted to ban him and we were silent and yelling and screaming. So what are you saying?
Like, the people like getting upset about the price tickets, the ones who are actually like stopping this and not letting us like move ground. I don't feel sorry for those people. I just don't feel sorry for them. Like, you're the ones who want to stay at the club and not have a big stadium. And like Ahmad said, more seats, it'd be cheaper, Navy. It should be cheaper with more seats. So you say we had a 60k, maybe 70k stadium in the future or something. It's going to be cheaper for Chelsea. It will be a lot easier. You have more people paying tickets. That means, that I have to raise it so high. I think it's bullshit how much they raised it by, but, like, it is what it is.
But see, like, this is what I mean. Like, Atharv, I agree. This is correct. Bully out because of bad directors, bad recruitment, which I kind of disagree with the recruitment part. I think the recruitment has been pretty decent, but the bad directors, obviously, the inactions with Pochettino, bad manager recruitment. Yes, that's on the directors, which are hired by Bowley, and the data model. I think I agree with you. Again, this is the part that people only don't even listen to this part of my dialogue. They only listen to the parts that aren't criticizing the owners, which is ridiculous. And this is where I go back to what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to put everything out on the table and discussing it that way. But I agree with this. It's not good. So yes, at this moment in time, like, Bully and Igbali are not doing a good job. They're doing terrible. I'm not going to sit here and say them out because we're stuck with them for 10 years. But regardless, yes, they're doing a shit job. But again, you know how like people like Arthov come to this conclusion, right? We're like, all right, the manager's bad, the recruitment's bad. That's on the directors, and the directors were hired by Bowley. Okay, ticket prices. The ticket prices, the owners jacked up the ticket prices for more profit. Why is the buck stop there? Why are the ticket prices going up? Because we don't have a nice big stadium, and seating is very limited, and we're not making profit on the stadium. Why is that happening? You see what I'm saying? Like, when I'm trying to paint a whole picture rather than just a narrative. So when you look at the whole picture, it's like what Chris said. The Chelsea pitch owners, they don't want to make any progress on the stadium. We're stuck where we are, and they don't want to move stadium because if they move stadium, they're not going to be Chelsea anymore. Like, we're looking at all the facts, not just the ones that support the thing that you want to hear. I'm not talking to Arthur, I'm just talking to people in general. So this is why I do what I do, because I feel like there's a lot of platforms out there that don't discuss the whole thing, that don't play out the whole facts. And that's why some of you guys actually tune in, because you want to hear all the facts. You don't want to hear bias. You're probably sick and tired of hearing the narratives over and over again, if on one way, and you're tired of hearing the narratives on the other way. That why you should back Poch, why you should give the owners time. I'm here to just give a balanced perspective. So that's why, like, I say the things that I say, and I put out the news that I put out. And when the ultras come out and protest, I give them kudos, because you know what? Those motherfuckers are standing on their morals. They're not sitting on Twitter just complaining about shit all the time, like a lot of the Chelsea fan base, which again is a small minority. And then when you have big platforms saying, when you have big platforms complaining, and when people ask them, hey, why don't you round up the troops and rally up the troops? What do these platforms say? Oh, well, I'm just on YouTube. I'm just nobody. I mean, like, what has to happen is it's got to happen from the core and from the match-going fans. Like, bullshit. If you wanted to gather people, you could if you really wanted to. So
we've done it twice.
We've done it before.
Yeah, exactly. We did it for the fucking the
we
Super
did it for the Super League, and we did it for the Ricketts.
Yeah, we did.
So where's that backbone? So a lot of these people that are pushing narratives and saying all this on shit on YouTube, on Twitter, wherever the fuck you are, they're just as spineless as everyone else. So,
I think that's the thing at the end of the day. Like, listen, us lot on the panel don't have to agree with every single person watching right now, and we don't have to agree with every Chelsea fan. But at least you can respect either A, offering solutions, or B, taking action. That's why we're praising the Strasbourg fans. Not all of us necessarily agree with their outlook right now, but we respect the fact that they're not just going to sit there and think that their keyboard will do everything for them at the end of the day.
Yeah, a lot of it is fake outrage, because at the end of the day, they're not willing to do the things that Strasbourg are doing, which is protesting, boycott the games, well, you can watch the games, obviously. I don't think you should go that extreme as to not watch the games, but stop buying the kits. Stop paying for giving them more money. Like, and again, United may have not been that successful in execution, but in the displeasure that they've shown against the Glazers, they have done a lot more to show that than Chelsea have.
You'll be shocked to find out how much of this is honestly fake outrage. I mean, you look at, like, for example, look at Gallagher yesterday. Like, the fact that you've got centre-backs that are playing more final third accurate passes than him, and yet people are trying to say that we can't sell him. There is no way we can sell him. We're going to get relegated without him. There's no way people actually believe that. Like, I know some fans are dumb, but I refuse to believe that they are that dumb. I don't know about you guys.
But yeah, Fly, I agree with you. But CFC 44, like, this is the part where I disagree with people like you. Because they came in, spent crazy money on bang average players, which, do you think Cole Palmer's been bang average? You probably think Enzo's been bang average. Well, I'll give you that. Fine, because of the
sold. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed Mason Mount tapping the badge yesterday.
Caicedo was bang average. Sure, I'll give you that. Was Badiashile bang average? Up until this season, he really wasn't.
This season's been poor.
Desazi's been our most consistent players. Malo Gusto bang average?
I think it's just the first season.
Is Nicholas Jackson bang average?
It's about having balance, right? Because we have signed some. We have made poor signings. Mudrik's still up in the air. You know, Robert Sanchez is not. Robert Sanchez is not a number one goalkeeper. There have been poor signings, but then you look on the other end. There are plenty of good ones too.
And then you want to compare Mason Mount. What has Mason Mount done this season? It took him until March to score a goal for United.
Yeah, but
why are you bringing him up? You have turned
you sound like Megatron right now.
Yeah, you are.
Your mic is
your mic is so distorted right now. It's insane.
Might have to come in and out.
I don't know if Prime is ready. I see him in the backstage, but he's got a book or something over his camera.
Oh my
okay. I don't know what's going on. Just type in the private chat. Oh, yeah. He didn't even realize it. Okay, hey Prime, welcome back.
I didn't know that was on. My bad.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? But yeah, like it's again Mason Mount. Come on, like he's not good enough, and you know he wasn't good enough for Chelsea. Even when he was at his best, he wasn't good enough. We used to have Juan Mata in our team. We used to have Frank Lampard. They used to put up real numbers, not this fucking fake Chelsea numbers.
We don't even, Marshall. We don't even have to go into the past. We have Cole Palmer now.
Yes,
Cole Palmer's broken the 30 GA mark now.
Yeah, yes.
No,
so he's doing way better than Mason Mount in his first season. So again, like it's again like it's these comparisons.
And
because when we bought them, sorry, Kirby. People can't call these players bang average because when we bought them, you guys all celebrated this. 100 mil on Enzo, you guys wanted him. You guys wanted Mudryk. You wanted Caicedo. You wanted all these guys. So don't cry now when we have to make up for that money. Don't cry.
I don't know about the
and also this is the same Caicedo that Liverpool dropped 110 million. That
we exposed Liverpool for Caicedo.
Yeah. Which Klopp said, if my club ever spends 100 million on a player, I'll leave this league. And guess what? I guess he's leaving this league. But they put in 110 million. Okay,
he's a liar.
And we're talking about bang average. Nkunku, who's been also injured, has more G&A in the Prem than Mason Mount, or equal to, and he only showed up 2 to 3 times for us. And if you're talking about bang average, he was one of the best players in Bundesliga for 3 years and top scorer last year when Haaland left. But it's just we got unlucky with him for injuries, and also Lavia was rated highly. Once again, guess who was buying Lavia? Liverpool for 50 million. They put him down, and then we outbid them.
Because he claps the fans, he gets it. He gets Chelsea. He's proper Chelsea. He claps the fans. I don't give a shit how proper Chelsea you are. Win me games, score goals, get me assists. That wasn't Mason Mount last season. So I could give less of a shit if he gets the club.
Marshall, like, you were talking about people should protest. The reason why I don't care about your stinky little protests from Chelsea fans is because the reason behind it is fake. You know how in maths, I don't know if you guys had this in school where you can have an answer, but you got to show you're working, and you get points depending on how you got working. I don't care about your answer of protesting if the reason behind it is shoegaze. I don't care about your protests because you're.
The thing is that, Prime, at least you can respect it. That's our point, really. At least you can respect them taking action.
I'm sorry, I don't respect it. Sorry.
All right, fair enough.
No, but like, see, like, if I'm playing devil's advocate, right? If I were to protest the ownership right now, it's solely because of where we are in the Premier League. There's no reason for why we should be in 11th and 12th.
Marshall, you are an intelligent human being. The majority of Chelsea fans aren't. They're trying to protest because they're taking money from our club.
But they're not even really. They're taking money. That's the part. That's like. They're spending a lot more than what they're taking out of it.
That's why we're protesting, because they're taking money and they're selling some of these media academy products. Listen, I don't care. Get rid of it. Listen, I'd sell Coupling if I could. I'd sell the whole academy. Literally. I'd sell for a meal deal. Don't even have to give me much.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll give you Cole Palmer if you can sell the academy.
No.
I don't care. Whatever you want.
Yeah, I could give less of a damn, to be honest.
I'm
as
not
long as my
exaggerating.
club is winning, which is not happening.
I mean, what
like,
I'm saying.
Then that's the other thing too. Like, I'm not gonna be dumb either. I'm not gonna pretend like this isn't one of those things where you put money in to get more money out of it. I get it. Like in the long run, it's very possible that these owners do sell the club and they make more money than what they actually bought it for. I understand it's very, very possible that happens. I get it. At the end of the day, though, I'm sure a lot of you would have absolutely no issue with them doing that as long as we win, as long as we get the better stadium, and as long as they leave us better than how we started, which is yet to be seen. That's the only thing I'm saying on that.
Also, him saying this Mount thing, he had 13 goals without penalties. Okay, so Palmer has 7 goals without penalties for now. Okay, and the season hasn't ended. And also, how many assists did like open play assists, not corners every 5 seconds, but open play assists did Mount have, or just assists in general. Actually, let's go with that.
That season,
I think Paul was only 2 off him.
Guys, that season.
Exactly.
No, hang on. By the way, 13 goals, right? That season, right? He got a hat trick against Norwich. He's scoring against low ass teams, by the way. And another thing is, where was his penalty in the final? Where was that?
I remember that season. The majority of those GA was against lower side opposition.
Yep.
I remember.
Five of them were against. 5 goals were against
time.
Norwich.
I remember Kai
Yep.
every single
Hat-trick.
stream of 2000. Like, no. Again, like I'll say this, right? And I've been saying this. Part of why there's so much, like everything's being looked under a microscope, is because of how low on the table, and like some of that's on the players, yes, and that's on Poch because he's the manager. But Marshall, I'm not criticizing Poch, but that stems from the owners of the board hiring Poch. So that is what you criticize the owners on.
Yeah.
Why did you hire Poch? So if you want to protest that, that's fine. But you guys don't have a brain, and you want to say they're taking money from your club.
The thing is, though, like, again,
we can't buy a new stadium because the pitch owners won't give us the rights for Chelsea. We can't make promotion with films. We can't make promotion with beds or whatever that company is called. How are we going to make money? Let's sell the academy. No, we can't sell academy books. So how else can we can't raise season tickets. So what do you want us to do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, like, I still stand by this. This is my opinion and my opinion only. I still think Gallagher is going to be a much better player than Mason Mount. Like, Mason Mount, he had the one fantastic season that I give him credit for under Lampard Tuchel. After that, he's not stepped up to that level. Whereas Gallagher, he's on the up and up. He was shit last season, and this season he's really shown that he can be an asset to the club, to the point that now we're saying, like, oh, he could be a decent squad player. We weren't saying that last season. Last season we were saying, sell the guy. He's crap. He's absolute garbage. This season, now we're considering, okay, as a squad player, maybe not. Not all of us, but I would consider having him as a squad player. And there's potential that he could be better than Mason Mount. That's my opinion, right? But at the end of the day, like, I just don't think Mason Mount's the guy. He's now at Man United. You could say whatever you want about Man United. He's still doing fuck all over there. Again, this guy's not good. He is far from where he was. He had a Jesse Lingard season pretty much. He's basically another Jesse Lingard. So be prepared for have him fall off the face of the earth, and you're still gonna rate him even after the fact. So listen, if you like Mason Mount, then that's your opinion, but is he good for Chelsea? Fuck off. No, he's not.
Most United fans don't like Mason Mount. They don't understand the signing. They don't know why they bought him.
Yeah. Also, people.
It doesn't matter if he's good for us, though.
I'm not going to answer people on Twitter that I don't know.
Things, it doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter if he's good because we upgraded.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe, yeah, I guess. I feel like he's having a similar
season
to what he had.
You can sell any player in the world. You could have sold Eden Hazard in his prime. If we upgraded, nobody is complaining.
No one said this. I never said sell Colwell. I never said sell Reece James. I just think Mason Mount was shit. Sell the shit players, keep the good ones.
I agree, but I agree. That's why I said sell the academy. I'm for selling.
That's Prime. Prime's opinion is not the panel's opinion.
No, because the majority of our academy players are average, so I'm okay with selling it. Unless you're a Reece James level talent, I don't care.
Wow.
I mean, I do want to see what Matt Harvey becomes, and other players. Matt Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not wrong, right? That's his name, Matt Harvey.
Who is he?
We don't know who he is.
Am I making this up?
Harvey Vale?
Harvey Vale. Wow. Okay, thank you.
Oh, God.
Yes,
okay.
Harvey Vale. I fucking butchered that. Is he? Fuck this. I fucking suck at this. Matt Hardy.
I thought you said Matt.
Harvey Vale. Yes. Sorry.
He's a bit old to be an academy player, bro.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh my God. To be fair, I'm not sold on Colwell too. He seems shaky too. I think Colwell could be a good player, but fucking Poch keeps playing at a fucking left back instead of center back. So it's the same thing with Vardio. I'm not going to judge Vardio based on the season until he actually plays his position, center back. He hasn't been good at left back, and neither has fucking Colwell.
Guardiola's better than Colwell. That's not comparable.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, like last season and stuff.
Anyway, people may think I'm joking, but the majority of our academy players are like.
Yeah, but again,
like,
going.
Like
I do rate Colwell.
Yeah. But again, I don't know how this blew up and went into the rabbit hole that we did. I feel like this does happen from time to time. But listen, at the end of the day,
we're gonna reach this
platform isn't just an echo chamber. I'm not going to tell you Bowley in. I'm not going to tell you Bowley out. All I'm going to say is these are the facts. This is what I think is happening. If you think I'm right, then cool, thanks. And if you think I'm wrong, then by all means, let's have a discussion, which is what we kind of just had right now. That's the point of the platform. That's the point of this channel, is to have a discussion and really flesh out these ideas and think of all possibilities of where this club can go. So that's why I enjoy having the panel that I enjoy. That's why I enjoy having these discussions with you guys in chat, even though I disagree with you guys sometimes. But we'll let this. That's crazy. We will get to this. But let's first actually get to one story I want to discuss that's going to lead us into that, which is, I guess, how we're going to go about tackling these injuries that we've been going through. So let's go ahead and pull up this tweet I have here for you guys, which is a message from Romeo Lavia. Hi, Chelsea family. As you may know, and despite my countless efforts, I will be missing the remainder of the season. This has been a frustrating season for me, but for me, not being able to help my teammates. I love this squad, this badge, and being on the pitch more than anything. Trust that I have given my all every day to get back. Thank you for the love, support, and critics, because they all affect me positively and keep me going. Can't wait to give back and share my special moments together. See you soon. And that's heartwarming. That's touching. I'm sure he's really upset that the fact that he's out for the rest of the season and things just didn't work out for him, because he wasn't this injury prone really at all last season. But we continue. So Bobby Vincent reporting here that on injuries, Chelsea thus far have not been able to put their finger on the root cause of the problem. However, it is something that they are looking into to try to at least ease the issue in time for what is set to be a huge 2024-2025 campaign for the club. We go on here. Pochettino on the injuries. We still need to assess a few players like Chilwell after playing 2 games. I think he got a knock on his knee. Today, he wasn't ready to train. We will see what happens tomorrow if he can be in the squad. Enzo is still not arrived. This is prior to the Burnley game, which we saw. Enzo did play, even though I didn't think he should have because of fitness. But regardless, he played and he looked fine. And Chilwell also being out with a knock on his knee. We'll see what happens, but there are injuries here. And then Fraser Fletcher reporting here as well. Chelsea holds some anticipation, hope, and excitement due to the fact that they will be able to see Romeo Lavia and Christopher Nkunku in full flow next season. Both are expected to make a huge impact on the side during next year's campaign. And this is the part that gets me a little nervous now. So, not only is Romeo Lavia out for the rest of the season, I'm starting to think that Christopher Nkunku is going to be out for the rest of the season as well. What do you guys think on that?
He should be.
Yeah.
He shouldn't play another game this season. It's not worth it.
Like, I would say, hopefully that manager goes, because he, some reason, like, fights with the players that training or whatever he does. I don't know what he does, but he kills them in training. So hopefully he's gone next season, and this season's dead. Like, we got nothing to fight for. Yeah, we got the FA Cup, but realistically, we probably still lose to Man City's B team. We normally do shit against teams who are worse than us, so Man City's B team's gonna be worse than us. Like Liverpool's, whatever team they played against us in the final, we lost that. So yeah, save these players for next season. Hopefully that manager's gone too.
I want to talk on Lavia for a minute. I feel very bad for this guy. That message he had to write there, that was. I'll tell you where that came from. That came from when he got this bruised thigh or whatever it was, and people were calling him a pussy, people were calling him a mercenary. That's why he had to write that message. We didn't get this from Reece James when he got his hamstring surgery. He's had to write this to basically say, oh no, I'm committed and all that. It's just disgusting. It's disgusting the way fans have treated him He's a young guy. Potts brought him back early and played him in that Palace game when he shouldn't have.
What did you say, Prime? I didn't hear you.
I didn't see the abuse. Why were people abusing Lavia?
So, Prime, do you remember when it was reported that he had a bruised thigh or whatever it was?
No.
This was after the Crystal Palace game, his only appearance this season.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He picked up a bruised thigh, and basically a lot of Chelsea fans online were calling him a pussy, and they were calling him a mercenary that's just there for the money. They're basically saying that he's not a committed football player. He's just basically taking the check to sit on the sidelines, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Chelsea fans, anytime something happens with a black player, they're a mercenary.
I mean,
they've been saying this with Sterling all season. They said that with Lukaku as well.
There is a bad history that backs your point.
Rudiger,
Lukaku, Batshuayi. But I don't know if that, because I don't think, like, I haven't seen Nani get any abuse, or Caicedo really big getting hurled abuse.
I've seen Nani get abuse, by the way.
Nani's gotten abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes, he is. Was it maybe 2 games ago or something?
Yeah. Nani got abused for defending his teammate publicly.
No, not even that. Maybe it was 2 games ago or something. Nani was posted. It was a video. Him and Carney were like in a car or something, and like Nani made like a video for Instagram, and like it was all over Twitter, saying that like, you know, we should spend less time off socials and more time like training or whatever. I said footballers can't have a social life. So hey, but when there was Mason Mount making TikToks and having stinkers, no one said anything.
Also Rainbow. How about the Mason Mount guy who is injured for United and just came back? He's white. Just saying, you're saying all these black players, why do they always get hurt, but not a single white player gets hurt? Just saying, like, he was ex-Chelsea, right? He's been gone for a bit for United, and there's countless other white players. Grealish was hurt for a while, and that's Man City and their backroom staff that's pretty much always healthy.
No, currently you're
talking about just Chelsea black. If you're talking about just Chelsea black players, what about Thomas Partey? If you're doing this thing, like what is this weird agenda now? Because they've come from different leagues too. You can't even blame it on one league. Some are from the French league, some are from Bundesliga, some are from Syria, some are from freaking Norway with Fofana, for example. Like,
I don't want to play the race card because I'm not that guy, but like when it always happens consistently.
Okay, so there you go. Thank you, Chilwell. Chilwell's a white Chelsea player.
Yeah, but when it's Chilwell being injured, we should work with him on his injuries, and he's still a talented player.
Heck, Sanchez is, he's not quote unquote black, but he's a goalkeeper who's gotten injured twice.
I mean, the thing is though, like, it's hard for me to really say that that's a. I mean, obviously, there's always going to be a small portion of the fan base that are going to align with that, but at the same time, we look at players like Nicholas Jackson. I feel like people are backing Nicholas Jackson very highly in the beginning of the season.
Caicedo. They're only backing him now.
Hold on. Well, okay, but you can't. People were shitting on Mudryk in the beginning of the season as well. People were shitting on Enzo. People were shitting on what's his face.
Look, Marshall, I'm not like playing the brace card or anything, but
never mind. Yeah.
There is a clear what Mudryk was getting. Like, there's a clear difference to what people were saying about Mudryk, and people are saying about Sterling. What people were saying about Jackson pre-AFCON.
But I feel like a lot of people were backing Sterling, even though he was putting in shit performance, just because he's Sterling and he's English.
No.
Nah, I can't.
Not true.
I think
the same fan base that has openly racially abused him. No, they weren't backing him.
But at the same time, I feel like people were, telling Mudryk to go back to his country because of the whole refugee thing, and people were making fun of him.
I'll be honest.
Like people were making fun of him because oh, he's lonely and all this and that. Like
the difference is that there's certain sometimes I think this fan base is just toxic in general. But I think at times there are heightened amount of abuse which has racial undertones. Like I agree with what you're saying. Like it's not just black players that get the abuse. It is like all of our players, bar maybe Palmer and Gusto, probably get abuse. Let's be honest. But I think it's just some of the terminology that's used sometimes and the level of what they go to. I think that's when there's a line that gets crossed way too often.
Thank you. I'm not saying it's just black players, but like when I look at like even though Mudryk was getting like some stick from Chelsea fans or some abuse, there were still a lot of Chelsea fans still backing him and defending him and saying we should stick with him. People are not saying that with Sterling.
I don't know. I tend to disagree with that because the thing is though, like you also got to keep into consideration that the majority of our team is black. Like so, obviously, like the majority of the criticism is going to be hurled at black players because there's only a handful of white players in our team. Like let's just keep it real.
Okay, but even when our team was majority white, there were people who were saying that Lukaku should just take the racial abuse and just be a man.
Okay.
Like this is being going. It's a Chelsea thing. It's the phrase that Chelsea have racist fans is not myth. It is true, and yes, it's a minority. But unfortunately, in life, the minority always makes the loudest noise.
I mean, listen, maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong.
Sorry to make that loud.
No, it's fine. I tend to think that I think it's kind of I agree to a certain extent, but I think a lot of the frustrations are coming from the fact that we're just so shit, and these players that we spend big money on are going to get heavy criticism. Enzo, yeah. Caicedo. It's because everyone wants everyone to be Frank Lampard. Everyone wants him to score, be our highest goal scorer, and all this stuff. Like, I guarantee you, if we're to say Cole Palmer were Kudus instead, right, and he gets the same output, I don't think we're hearing any abuse or anything hurled towards Kudus just because of his race.
But Marshall, it's not even that. It's like compare the Backlash. Let's say the Backlash. Like, this is going away from Chelsea because I think this is an English football thing. Because hatred like gets a lot of clicks for the media.
Sure, of course.
There has been. I've seen videos and videos and videos of Declan Rice, for example, partying this year, and everyone is like, "Oh, look at Declan Rice, having fun, like what and whatnot." But then you see players like Marcus Rashford out, and it's completely different. You'll have a front page headline trying to make him out to be some sort of unprofessional. It's just
Sterling got that too, actually, as well. Man City.
It's not it's like, and also, or even for example, like at Man City with Kyle Walker, he'll get absolutely hated on it, but then Jack Grealish is just a fun guy. Like it's that sort of thing.
But that's I think
we had it this season with the Madueke nightclub.
Exactly, yes, we did. But I think this is again where we look at things into perspective, because I feel like you just said the Jack Grealish thing, and I was about to say that actually. I feel like on the other end, people were painting Jack Grealish to be having an alcohol problem, and to the point where his stardom is getting to his head, being like a victim of his own fame. Like that's the narrative that I was getting from the media, not necessarily that they were saying like, "Oh, look, Jack Grealish looks like a fun guy." So I think it's all subjective.
I was getting Jack Grealish. He's a proper geezer. Look at him celebrating.
Hell no.
I think it depends who you listen to, Marshall.
Exactly. I think it all depends on how your social media feeds are curated. Obviously, the algorithm is going to feed you certain narratives that you're more inclined to go towards. Whereas my shit, I don't know, man. I don't fucking use Twitter like that. But I saw people were saying like it's concerning how much drinking Jack Grealish has been doing. This guy can't even stand up. Freaking Kyle Walker has to help him sit up. He looks sick. He looks like concerning. Like he looks like he's physically ill. So I've seen both ends of it. No, Jack Grealish. So I've seen both ends.
I'm not saying
I agree with that.
I'm not sorry, Chris. I'll let you speak to you. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be like players shouldn't be criticised or
Basically
praised or whatnot. It's just like the difference in it. It's the double standards that makes it.
Yeah,
that makes
but
me feel like
I will say though, like it does seem that when it involves a black player for Chelsea, the criticism is a lot more brutal. Like I was saying from the get-go last 2 seasons ago, Rudiger owes us fuck all. Like if Rudiger wanted to leave, good, let him leave, because Chelsea fans hurl, and mind you, part of it was because of Matt Law's fucking bullshit article, but Chelsea fans hurled abuse at that guy. Abuse that no one should have to deal with.
But so no one abuse Christensen, by the way, and they had the same situation. No one gave Christensen abuse.
Oh, Christensen did get abused. Maybe not as bad as
Christensen wasn't labeled as a bullied. That's the thing.
Yeah, okay.
So again, and that's on Matt Law. I don't know if that's on the fan base, but like it's yet to be seen. But
no,
again,
it is. Marshall, it is on the fan base. A lot of us are grown adults. We should be able to differentiate between a damn journalistic article.
Like a lot of us aren't smart either. You know, we're very tribalistic in a sense.
This is English fans, like in general. And by the way, like
this is a good point too. By the way, the amount of slander that Cucurella gets is insane as well.
Yeah. Cucurella got on real abuse, but again, because he's challenging Chilwell, and everyone loves Chilwell. But I've seen this growing up because I don't live in England. I grew up in Ireland. Me looking at things from the outside, the way you guys treat people. Like Raheem Sterling bought his mom a house. He was labelled wrongly. He got a tattoo of a gun on his leg because his friend died or something, and he was labelled as this like. Promoting gun violence. A few weeks ago, Phil Foden scored with a gun celebration. No one said anything. Like, it's ridiculous. But I'm just pointing it out. I'm not trying to like.
No, I get it.
Like a conversation.
It's there.
I'm just
It's there. So and honestly, like in a perfect world, obviously we don't see that shit. I don't think Lavia deserves any fucking criticism at all. It's not his fault he's getting injured. It's not his fault that this is all happening the way it's happening. I mean, obviously to a certain extent, there's like a certain percentage that yes, Lavia, the players have to be more responsible for their fitness. Because why is Thiago Silva not getting injured? And he's twice the age of some of these guys. You know, it's because he takes care of himself. He goes the extra mile. Some of these players do need to take accountability in that sense. But at the same time, the medical team needs to be better. The training needs to be a lot less harsh or more reasonable and more aware of itself. In the sense of like,
after Gusto had his first little injury this season, apparently he went to Thiago Silva asking him how he keeps his body so conditioned to like get advice and keep him fitness. That's not something
I didn't know that.
A player shouldn't be asking another player on how to do that. Our medical staff should be already doing that, or our fitness staff or whatever. So
I get that. And it is annoying because even earlier in the season, we heard rumors that there's still players walking out early on their training and skipping out on things that they're supposed to be doing as part of... I mean, you get fucking paid to do this shit, dude. I would love to get paid to go to the gym. Are you fucking serious? I would fucking love that.
Players are walking out on training.
Apparently, there was a rumor earlier in the season that players are doing the same exact thing they did under Potter, which is walking out early on training, not doing the extra fitness regime that they have to do after training.
Is it not
was that not that bogus Goldberg report where he called Enzo fat?
I don't know.
If it was, then I don't buy a single word of it. I'm afraid.
Enzo was like what 10 pounds overweight or some shit.
Players were doing.
Huh?
Was it reported which players?
No, it wasn't reported.
Alex Goldberg said that Enzo and Caicedo were overweight.
Yeah, it was that fucking bullshit.
I don't believe a word of that. If that's what you're referencing, Marshall, I don't believe a word of it.
If it's true, then that's on the manager to drop those players from the squad. If you're not adhering to training and fitness, you shouldn't be playing.
But speaking of fitness, all right, and this is the part people have been asking about, people are waiting for. Let's discuss it, okay? So, apparently, there has been a price tag put on Reece James's head. So let's discuss this. Let me just see where I'm at here. Okay. So these are the tweets that ensued shortly after, conveniently after the Burnley game yesterday, which again, I think the timing of it I find to be so bizarre, and it just makes me put on my skeptical hippo eyes. I'm like, I don't know about this one. So, a transfer fee of £60 million is understood to have been targeted by the club's hierarchy for Chelsea captain Reece James. And this is coming from Duncan Castle, who we've seen report on news previously, and I guess is seen as somewhat reliable. He's a name out there, and we do use his reports from time to time to discuss news and all that. So, we continue on. Chelsea are preparing to sell the England internationals Reece James and Conor Gallagher this summer in an attempt to bring the club's strained financial fair play position into line. Then we have here Ben Jacobs on the contrary. So shortly after this came out, Reece James, Ben Jacobs reporting, Reece James remains committed to Chelsea, and even an offer of $100+ million would likely be instantly rejected by Chelsea FC. And then Simon Phillips also saying here that no, they are not planning to sell Reece James. Now, let me say something real quick. Specific people in social media are going to take this news and run with it. They're going to say, look, pure profit, the pure profit clown lake. They're taking Reece James and our beloved Conor Gallagher and selling them for pure profit. Until I see more solidified links, like a Fabrizio Romano or David Ornstein report on this, or even Simon Johnson, something like that, I am not going to believe this. For 60 mil? For 60 mil. I understand the player's been injured, right? But we also understand that, one, he did what's supposed to be a life-changing hamstring surgery, which could potentially change the outcome of his injuries. And two, we understand that when this player is on the pitch, what he has been capable of doing. 3 seasons ago, when he was under the guidance of Lampard and Thomas Tuchel, he was one of our best players in that season. Up until he got hurt into the season of Thomas Tuchel's first season, one of our best and key players. So he is a very important player to the squad. You could argue the best player in the squad when fit. I don't see why we would lowball and sell him for 60 mil when that's about the same price that we're almost trying to get for Conor Gallagher. So I just don't see how these stories link up and how it's actually valid. But that's my 2 cents. Obviously, Chris, I'm going to give you the floor on this because you're his staunch defender. What do you think about everything coming out? And do you think it's true? Do you think there's no smoke without fire?
When we discussed it the other day, yeah, it's a load of nonsense. There's no way Chelsea sell Reece James when he's literally one of the best right backs in the world. Like, he's our captain. They made him captain for a reason. He's on our highest wages for a reason. They signed a 5-year deal. They're not selling this guy for 60 million on a 5-year deal. It's just a load of nonsense. And plus, we've done the surgery. Why the hell would we sell a guy when we just done surgery for him? We want to see what's after that as well. So it's just... I keep talking about Reece James because, like, even people entertaining, like, oh, we should sell Reece James for 60 million or 80 million. It's nonsense. What's happening? He goes to Real Madrid and absolutely kills it over there. We're going to be bitching at the owners and saying, why'd you sell Reece James? Why'd you do that? Like, it's complete craziness, like, to do think like that. So,
Not wrong here, CFC,
like,
by the way.
Reece James, but Reece James can do it all when he's obviously fit. Obviously, you know, I want him to be fit next season. Hopefully, he is. But when he's fit, he can do it all. He can defend really well. He can attack really well. His shooting's good. His crossing's good. His passing's good. He can do a really nice Trivela pass into, like, his own half. Like, I've seen it. We all seen it. Hopefully, yeah. Like, and his defending's unreal when he's on it. So. He literally puts people in his back pockets, like Vinicius, Doku, anyone. Like, any winger comes to his path. Like, Liao, you know, when AC Milan, he put in his pocket. Like, there's so many people he can put in his pocket. His defending's unreal as well, so... I'm not gonna, like entertain, like, you know, we should sell him. I'm not gonna entertain it.
I mean, I get where you're coming from. Vic said it right here. Where's the comment? No player is untouchable under this current ownership. We would be naive to think otherwise. I mean, I would like to believe that Colwell as well as Reece are untouchables, but I stay consistent, or I try to stay consistent. Sometimes if I'm not consistent, it's because I forgot. But I try to stay consistent. And I did say, if Reece fails to stay fit for the majority of next season, I am willing to sell him.
Is that like basically under 20 games or 15 games? You're like
the majority of the season. So I would say like if he could stay if he could stay fit for half of the season games? Plus one game, you know what I mean? Like, give me that.
I think see, because we have a really good backup. Like, well, Gusto, you know, he's not a backup really. He's really good right back. He can play left back as well. I wouldn't mind seeing both of them together, but. Like, if he plays like 25 games or so, I'm fine with that, because I've seen Robin play less than 25 games pretty much per season, and he was very useful to Bayern Munich, and they had like backups and all that, like rotation. You know, we can do rotation as well. Like, Reece James doesn't have to play every game. He really doesn't. We have two really good right backs, so we should use it right, and obviously, you know, like use them to their best strengths, and you know what game's best for who as well.
The thing is, though, it's not even worth talking about next season in regards to this Duncan Castles report, because he's saying that we are going to sell James this summer.
Yeah.
So it's not even worth talking about that. And I don't know when I don't know when or why Duncan Castles became all of a sudden this reliable source. Marshall, I know you've got a channel to run here, but I don't value a damn thing the guy says.
I swear he was like tier 3 at least.
Tier 3?
That's not particularly good.
Sorry.
You know what, Will? Get out of here, Will. Laughing at me. You can go backstage, bro. You can go backstage. This man has nothing to say and he just goes and laughs at me.
Let's go backstage.
You can go backstage,
We'll
Will.
go backstage.
Into the sin bin you go, Will.
Just laughing at backstage.
But what I'm trying to say is, like, you know, people, it's like what you said, Marshall, people just take this and run with it. You know, whether the guy's reliable or not. Oh, they're selling Reece James. I'm going to grab onto that and get some fake outrage out of it. That's all this is from the majority of social media. I've not even broken a sweat over this. This is not happening. It just is not happening.
He's right
I just
about
get annoyed
the
when
Gallagher
people
thing,
say we should sell him.
If he said we're selling Gallagher, I think that's written on the wall.
But we've heard that from multiple high-tier journalists. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Gallagher's gone, man. He's gone.
Also, to the point that no one's untouchable. They literally said last summer that Colwill is untouchable.
I mean, actions do speak louder than words.
They were facing 80 million bids from Liverpool, and they said no.
I didn't make that up. I'm glad someone else brought that up, because I swear Liverpool came in for a bid or at least rumored that there was a bid that they were interested to pay 80 million for Colwill, and we denied that. They inquired, you said, Will? Yeah.
They inquired to ask for a quote, pretty much, of a fee, and we pretty much told them to piss off. So,
I mean, time will tell. And listen, I'm going to tell you right now, not for long, if we go this summer and Reece James isn't sold, remember who kept telling you pure profit, youth model. Remember who kept pouting those words, and who kept saying this narrative and touting all this shit just so they can be right, just so they can have you guys listen to them and giving them the attention. I'm just saying. Prime, I'm sure you have plenty of things to say, so I'll just let you cook.
I'm not gonna like it.
I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll let you cook, Prime. Go do your thing.
Stop smiling.
I'm gonna use the bathroom, Prime. This is your time to prime, okay? Because if I come back and you're not priming, we're moving on and we're not talking about Reece James.
Yeah, this is your only chance, man. Just you say Salem, call him fat.
Look how rude Marshall is, but we know how he treats people. Anyway, what was the discussion? Reece James.
Yeah.
Listen, let's be real. The article is full. We're not selling him in January or in the summer. We're not getting it. Let's just be honest. However, guys, I've been saying this. This surgery is literally his Hail Mary. It's his last hurrah. Surgery doesn't work out next season, he is gone. I'm sorry, people, but actually, I'm not sorry. Anyone who's cry about it, hold that. But like next season, the guy has to stay fit. He has to. People keep telling me he's better than Gusto. Then let him prove it. A month ago, I remember the date exactly. 31st of February. Reece James posted a picture on Instagram. He's in the lab.
There's no 31st in Feb. There's no 31st in Feb. Learn the month. There's no 31st in Feb.
Whatever it was, 29th, whatever month it was. Shut up. I'm going to be on my side. he posted a picture about him working and in fitness and stuff. Where has he been since? Anyways, I rate Reece James on ability and his talent, but like injuries is annoying. I know someone mentioned Iron Robin, I think it was Chris, about his injuries. But ultimately, we ended up selling Iron Robin. So, you know.
Wait, what'd you say about Iron Robin?
That was Chris's point, though. He was saying that we'll regret it.
Yeah, and if he cannot stay fit, he can leave. I would rather we sort out his injuries at Chelsea, but if he has to leave, for him to go to another club and they fix his injuries and for him to have a career, I'm okay with that. Because he's not doing it at my club. Chelsea fans are getting gassed about what Ruben's doing and saying we should have kept Ruben. Oh, look at Kante in the Saudi league that no one rates because Ronaldo's there, but apparently Kante's falling in the Saudi league. We should have kept him. If Ruben and Kante both stayed, they would have played less games this season than Reece James. Fact. Because those two couldn't stay fit at a club for love or money. So, Reece, obviously, he's not leaving, but next summer, and I'm glad Marshall's on my side. You've got one more chance, fat boy. Stay fit next season.
There we go. But I'm okay with Reece like playing around like near 25 games in the Premier League. That is fine to me because we have a very good one.
It's not about you.
No, by the way, I think that ownership will keep him if he plays out 25 games.
Yeah,
or
I'm not keeping him. He's
if it's 25 games in the Premier League, that's actually not bad.
Also, will he keep his captaincy, do you think?
I can't see it being removed.
It depends on the manager. It depends on the manager, right?
Well, I don't know.
A different manager, like a different manager.
In this group, there's Thiago Silva, but he's gone, and he doesn't speak English anyway, and they're not going to allow him to have it.
He doesn't stay on the pitch.
Chris, that's again with the manager, right? That's what the manager, the stupid manager has this whole English nonsense. So Amarin or Deserbi or whoever may be might find
who else would be captain for Chelsea though? Like I can't think of any.
Honestly, Chris, I would have given it to
Enzo's more
Thiago
of a
Silva
captain.
this season or Enzo.
Yeah, same.
I'd rather Reece have it than Enzo.
Yeah, same.
No, because I wouldn't, because I know.
I'd rather Reece James, who can't stay fit, be our captain. He'd never wear the armband.
I don't think it matters. This squad has no leaders.
Yeah,
personally.
You can be a leader without the badge anyway. By the way, the badge doesn't mean you can't be a leader. You can still be.
And Reece James can be injured at another club.
Let's have it right.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Yeah, like Real Madrid can take it, man. They can.
Also, I'm finding the links come out now. The links come out now. The links for Reece James only came out when Gusto got injured.
He's been linked to City before.
Yeah, he's been linked. He's been linked to
Well,
Man
he's been
United. He's been linked to Man United before we actually got.
He was linked to City last season as a Walker replacement. He was linked to City as a Walker.
I don't think he'll go Madrid. I think Madrid are going to sign Trent anyway. So.
Ew.
He'd be great for him.
Oh, they're going to destroy.
I hope dead Barcelona destroyed Trent.
Why? Why?
Also, sorry, can I?
Wait. I don't.
Address.
You hear me, Mike Dawes? Fuck Trent and your injury-prone right back.
I don't mean he's going to go this summer, but I think eventually they'll sign Trent.
We'll see.
You're a fraud, Will.
Sorry, I want to address Vic's comment?
Could happen.
I want to address Vic's comment. He's saying it's not about 2023. It's all about the accounts, and we might not sell them this summer, but eventually. I think that is exactly how it should be if this man is injury prone again. Because if he's injury prone again next season, then we sell him. If he's not, then I'm assuming we're not going to sell him because we know he's one of the best right backs in the world. And if we're higher up on the table, we earn more money anyways. And if we get Champions League, that'll offset the money we do sell for Reece James. So if he's healthy, and we know how good he can be when, once again, quote, when healthy, guys, then he should help us get up the table, right? Because he does strike the ball better than Gusto. He's slightly better defensive than Gusto, I would say, and his crossing is a bit better, but also he's 4 years older than Gusto. Fair enough.
That's true.
Also, if we're smart, the next manager that comes in, if he's smart, he will find a different position for Reece James because he's just not suited to be playing as a winger.
What, like a midfield centre back or?
No,
Like
yeah,
if
maybe a
play,
midfield or
like
centre
that?
back, depending
I
on.
don't mind him playing centre back if he can play it well. Like Reece James, he has to be in a team. But like, I was gonna say
He
anyway.
doesn't have to be in the team. He doesn't have to be. In
Like
the team.
I've seen
He does.
Sergio Ramos go from.
He's one of the
I've seen
best
Sergio
players,
Ramos go
like,
from
especially
right
at
back.
right back. He's one of the best right backs in the world when he's available, and you know that.
But he can't play fullback anymore.
Why can't, no, it's okay. Say yeah, he does get injuries and like a lot of injuries at fullback, but we don't know after surgery what's going to happen. Because I'm just hoping he can play like 25
Okay.
games in the Premier League.
No. But even with this surgery, it's not the best idea. Say if the surgery is successful, it's still not a good idea to be playing him at fullback. He
Well,
needs to
no,
change his position.
Still, yes, it's you can have like problems because he's bombing up and down as a right back. It's not easy, and especially like
That's my
at his
point.
like
That's my
at
point.
his build. What?
That he needs to change his position.
I still don't think so. Like, I want to still see after the surgery because I don't want to miss Reece James at right back because he's literally one of the best right backs in the world. It's just I have to see after injury. I don't. When you say injury prone, by the way, I was gonna say, like, do you mean like playing less than 20 games a season in the Premier League or something, or because he can still have like little injuries, like like miss a week or something. Something's happened. Like he might have an injury like every now and then. Like even.
I
after
guess for
seasons.
me, to be considered injury prone, you have to miss minimum 5 games every season. I feel like that's harsh though.
No, but
I
I
wanna
don't
say
think that's a
8.
bad injury prone though, because I've seen other players be injury prone, and still do fine. Like Will sent me this, by the way. John Stones is an injury prone player, and what does City do with that? They still keep him. He plays less than Reece James.
Later, Oliver.
Let's not do this. We know what an injury prone player is. Let's not do some
No,
of
but-
this.
But
No,
being an
big up
injury
A
prone player, I don't
Solomon.
think it's even bad, by the way.
Hold on.
Real quick. Before you go, Prime, I just gotta announce this. Big up A Solomon. Thank you for the 5 gifted. I appreciate it. Big up to Adam CFC for your gifted sub. Big up to Suproton for your sub. Big up Wasabi Meets World for your sub. Big up M3. Big up Horizont Editor. And big up, there's a 4th one. Oh, and Dark also got Dark. Did you also get one? I don't even know. But
Yeah.
big up, guys. Congrats. I hope you guys enjoy your sub. Enjoy those emojis. And big up to A Solomon for the 5 gifted. I'm sorry, Prime. You were continuing?
No, Chris mentioned Man City, and you talk about John Stones, he's injury prone, but he managed to stay fit for a huge portion of the season. Don't I always speak about Man City and how they sign injury prone players, but yet they're always able to keep them fit? Holland was injury prone before he joined Man City. John Stones, same thing, injury prone. You could argue and say Kyle Walker was. Gundogan was definitely injury prone when he joined City, and yet they were able to keep those players fit. KDB, same thing. Chelsea don't have that ability for whatever reason. That's why I keep talking about our medical team needs to be changed.
John Stones has played in the last 5 years. Has played about 20 less games than Reece in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yet they're able to somehow keep him fit.
Rotation. They have a big squad.
He's lucky in the sense that he might be fit for the more important parts of the season for City, but because of our squad not being as good and our manager underperforming, especially recently, when it gets to the latter stages of the season, there's less time that actually is important to us. So I think that actually helps players like Chelsea.
But that's what I want though. Since Reece James has been at Chelsea, this is the only season where we haven't needed him because we've had a fullback. That's good enough.
But would you say City needs John Stones, but they'll keep him because he's a quality option?
They need. Well, his ball playing ability. Arguably, they need him. However, for the majority of the season, City are fine with playing Diaz, Ake, Kanji, and Vario. But in the big moments, the run-in, they'll need a player like John Stones. Chelsea, we will need a player like Reece James in a title run-in or in a Champions League semi-final. Let's have our squad good enough where Reece James can get injured in September, October. But when it comes to April, he's fit and ready to play.
But that. I agree with you, but I think that doesn't stem from. I don't think selling Reece James fixes that at all.
Well, yes or no, but I still want a new medical staff. I'd rather have a new medical staff and keep Reece James fit.
I don't disagree with that.
But if you don't do that and his injuries continue to persist, something's got to happen, and it might be your son.
I'll be honest though, I think there's a football right now with injuries as well. I'm not talking about Reece James like specifically here. I mean, as in our squad, Newcastle squad, other teams that have had a lot of injuries, like Tottenham at times have had a lot of injuries. City have had injuries this year.
Madrid's had it a lot.
The games
Madrid's had 3 ACL injuries this season. That's crazy.
Yeah, on centre backs alone.
And one's from their goalkeeper, man. Fucking hell. But my point is, we have to share the blame realistically. There should be the medical team needs to do somewhat better if they're not completing their job properly. I'm not blaming it all on them. Managers need to start picking and choosing better when they want to rest these players and rotate these players. The players need to be more professional. I mean, in football in general. I'm not talking about our players necessarily because I don't think Lavia is unprofessional. I don't think there's no signs to me that proves that. He's just throughout youth level and at Southampton. But outside of the ones we've talked about, I think in football, I think a lot of these guys aren't perfectionists when it comes to rehabilitation, like the Thiago Silvas, like the Cristiano Ronaldos, like the Lionel Messi's, etc. And a lot of these players don't reach the top level because of it. We've seen, and it catches up to you. So whether Nkunku is now catching up to him from his younger days, or if it's youth players like Lavia, or if it's players in other leagues, like I'm not blaming the players completely, but we've got to look into it. We've got to look into football in general, and not putting it on one thing, because it's not just one thing. Because if it was, every club in the world would put a finger on it and sort it out.
Were you going to say something, Curry? Because I did want to address a comment.
Yeah, we've had this injury issue. We've replaced our medical staff 3 times under Boli's ownership. And even when we had injury issues with Abramovich, we had a different medical staff. So either we are just signing injury-prone players since Tuchel days, because my God, Conte broke down after a while. We can all agree on that, and many other players, Christensen, for example, and then also like we've replaced the medical staff 3 times under Boli. Sorry,
no, I think it's about everything, very key. Like it's stuff that Will mentioned, it's stuff that I've mentioned, and that as well, because the players in Nkunku, we knew he was injury prone when he signed. That's why I wasn't excited. Like I knew he'd pick up something this season. Lavia, did he not have injuries back when he was in City's academy?
In City's academy, yes, but not in Southampton. So that's why people are like, okay, it might have just been a one-time thing, right? Because Lavia, he played the whole season for Southampton.
Yeah, but like last season might have just been a fluke, like you say, the injury free.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think it's a bit of everything, really.
And just to address this comment, like I said, I like to be consistent, and if I'm not consistent, it's because I forgot. But CFC 44, what he said. So if the owners let Reece go, what would you all think of the owners then? Me personally, if this summer they were to let go of the owners, this specifically, feeding into this story that was given, right? If they were to actually get rid of Reece in the summer, I would be absolutely furious at the owners. I wasn't happy with Jorginho going. I thought we should have kept Jorginho for at least another season. But unfortunately, due to the circumstances that happened, we ended up selling him. And listen, I'm not going to say anything on how Jorginho's doing at Arsenal. He's on a new team now.
Wasn't that Potter's fault?
I don't know if it was completely Potter's fault, or I don't know if it was had a lot more to do with the ownership. I didn't want him to go. That's my point.
It was down to the fact that they need to move on a midfielder, and Gallagher refused to leave because they were a bit defensive.
Yeah. So there's Jorginho leaving. I didn't like that move. Me personally, I would have kept Ruben, but I understand the profit. I understand people not having patience for him anymore. I get it. I thought he would have been a good utility player, a squad player, but people disagreed. I understand. But with Reece James, I want to at least give him the benefit of the doubt to show that he can actually have a season where he can stay fit enough for most of the games. Because I understand that as a player, I understand the caliber of player he is when he is fit. I understand he's a very good player. So if they had not even given him the chance to prove that after getting surgery, then I would have been absolutely livid through the roof with the ownership. I would have disagreed. That's my take on that.
For me, it matters how much money we get and what we spend with that money. If we get, let's say, 80 million to 100 million, and we get a Alphonso Davies, I'm fine with that, because now we got a world-class replacement on the left, or a Theo Hernandez or a Grimaldo, right?
I prefer.
Then that makes sense to me. Then I'm fine with that. I'll be honest with you, because now we don't have a waste of a left side that does absolutely nothing offensively. Let's be honest. Okay.
Yeah.
If we get something like that, I'm fine with that for this summer. If we sell Reece James, if we get someone of equal caliber on the other side, if we sell him without investing it properly, then obviously I'm like going to be livid, as Marshall says. But once again, it matters where the money goes, right?
Yeah. For me,
Reece James, by the way, though.
Like for me, minimum I want 100 mil. I'm only discussing it for 100 mil.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
People keep talking about how amazing it is.
Or 80 mil with add-ons, or 80 mil with add-ons that are achievable. No, if it's like Madrid, it's like 80 mil plus like 20 mil for winning the league or some shit.
No. 100 mil to have the conversation.
Yeah.
People keep talking about he's just generational right back, which I agree with, by the way. 100 mil to have this conversation. Because Real Madrid, Man City, those are our rivals. So 100 mil minimum. And that's only for yeah, I agree. If we're selling it for 100 mil, then you've got to give me the best in class fullback out there, best in class left back that's out there. And none of this buying a youngster in Robinson who you're going to have to develop. No, give me the best in class.
Or El Nouri or some shit. No.
We're letting go of a world class player. Get me a world class player replacement. So, see, people, I can be balanced. I can say sell him for 20 mil.
Sorry, DHL. You're saying we're assuming that Gusto's going to get better. I'm sorry, even if he doesn't get better, he's already like top 3 right backs in the Prem.
Oh, yeah.
Because once again, the fallback position in world football is not that amazing, to be frank with you. Like you got Frimpong, and then you have your Trent, your Reece James, and then like Hakimi, sure. Like that's 5 I'm naming in the world. Right? Like Ben White doesn't offer as much up front as Gusto, I think. And Gusto's pretty good defensively, even as he stands just now.
Like remember, Gusto's doing this without we complain about Poch. So imagine if he had a better coach, how good Gusto would be. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me and tell me Ben White and Pedro Bang Bros is better than him. Don't lie to me.
Pedro's pretty good, but
tell me Ben Black and Pedro Black is better. Don't lie.
I don't know. I hope it's not just a one-season wonder and a wonder with Gusto in the Premier League. I don't think it will be, because I think I don't think it will be. I'm just saying. I just hope it's not. He has his mistakes here and there, but that's normal at his age and stuff.
It will only be a one-season wonder if we don't change this manager.
Yeah, I hope we change. I just want the manager change. I
agree.
I feel like he hurts the players on purpose, man. He just, I don't know, he hits them in the legs.
You know what? I'm Poch out with a lowercase o on the out, but I'm not even overly happy with him sat, because I don't know who we're gonna get. So I want him gone to a degree, but I'm fine if he gets sacked. But
well, since Tuchel, I just want to keep sacking until we get a manager where he's actually gets consistent results. I want to keep sacking.
It depends. If I see improvement, let's say we play decent football, finish 6th next year, and I can see players getting better, I'm fine with that, considering I know what our expectations are now. If we go backwards or stay the same again, then I'm fine with that. But I don't know, man. I think he'll be deserving.
That's the thing, guys in the chat. I understand Reece James is a phenomenal player, and I understand he's really, really good. But he's less available than KDB. And KDB is like, I understand KDB isn't always fit for most of the season, but when he comes back, he stays fit. He's still fit. He's played more games than Reece. He's been out for half the season.
Marshall, I hope you're finally starting to see my frustration with Chelsea fans.
No, I've been starting to see it. Like, that's what I've been saying. I said it since the last injury, when he got injured last time. Because I know he got injured over the summer. He came back, and I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. And then he got re-injured. That's when it was the final straw for me. I was like, okay, if he does the surgery, because I'm tired of hearing this thing like, oh, he's trying to do it without the surgery, this and that, this and all, the surgery, that. He finally got the surgery. So now, if he gets hurt again, if he missed most of the season like he did this season, I'm done. He's not serving the team anymore. He is not available for the team. And if he's not available for the team, I'm looking at my club over Reece. I love Reece James. He's a phenomenal player, but he does not serve my team when he is injured constantly. Just like N'Golo Kante. I'm sorry. N'Golo Kante was a phenomenal player. I love N'Golo Kante. World-class center mid. But it got to a point. It got to a point. What did you say, Chris?
I was gonna say, does that go for Nkuku as well? Because like he's looking bad.
Well, I wanted
one season, but yeah.
Time will tell.
Can't take on after the Champions League run. I saw the injury run.
I'm genuinely. I like Nkuku.
Solomon, I agree with Fofana as well.
Yes, I said I agree with
Fofana now, man.
I'm willing to sell Fofana now.
If we get 30-40 million for him, I'm taking it. I'm taking that. Like,
I'll be real.
I'm willing to give Reece James time because Reece James has given me a reason to say this guy, we need to give him a chance. But he is now more injured and giving me more reasons to sell him than he is to keep him. And the same thing was going for N'Golo Kante. N'Golo, I love you, my friend, but you kept getting injured to the point where you no longer were serving us. You were out for most of last season, came back for a few games, and then got injured for the rest of the season.
Also, by the way, people need to mention, Marshall, you mentioned KDB. People don't notice nowadays KDB doesn't do the running in midfield like he used to. The other players cover for him. Reece James, when he comes back, he needs to change his position. He cannot be a bombing fullback. He needs to play either in the right of the back three, or play center back in the back two, or play in midfield.
Different league, DHO. Different league.
Needs to. Like, people don't like. If he's playing wing back, he will get injured again, and you guys will have the same conversation. And I'm sick of this. I'm sick of having this conversation.
And also them saying no big club with winning mentality sells their best players. Have you ever heard of Ronaldo, like Cristiano Ronaldo, after a three-peat of the Champions League, the next season that they didn't win, gone. Mane, second best player you could say in the Liverpool team, and the third would be Trent, gone. You've seen Thierry Henry after 2006 loss in the Champions League final, a year later gone, or 2 years later, gone to Barcelona.
Bro, the best players, the best clubs know when to get rid of their best players, right?
Them early. Even Modric. Yeah. Even Modric, they're thinking of getting rid of now, and he's still good. Modric is still world class, you could say. And they're thinking of getting rid of him early.
The discussion everyone says is, what if we sell him and another club can keep him fit? What if we sell him and another club cannot keep him fit? What then?
Look at Eden Hazard. You don't need to look too far to see what happens when you sell your best players. We sold Eden Hazard, and look what happened to him at Real Madrid.
We didn't know he's injury prone, by the way. We
didn't know.
Yeah.
No,
but then that happened.
No,
but it happens.
Yeah, it does happen.
And also, you're saying Mane was going downhill. Sorry, him saying Mane was going downhill. Mane was the second top scorer still for Liverpool with like 30 plus G&E. That season they sold him. What are you talking about?
Take Sadio Mane back in a heartbeat.
Yet he almost won them a quad.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Like,
these comparisons are crazy. DHL, you had someone in the comments literally said you don't sell your best player. We sold Eden Hazard, and look what happened.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You never know what can happen. People are like, when I've been having this conversation about Reece James. I've been having this for 18 months, and people will tell me, but if we sell him and he goes to Man City, and what if he stays fit? What if we sell him to Man City and he's still just as injury prone as he is with us? What then? What will people tell me then?
If it's the last 2 seasons, then not much of a miss, of course. So.
What do you mean the last 2 seasons? The last 3 since he's been a footballer.
When he can play over 20 games, that's still pretty a lot of games.
Yes, he was injury prone at Wigan. The guy was injury prone in our academy.
No, but I'm saying no. He played literally like 40 something games for Chelsea one of the seasons.
He was injured at Wigan, and he was also injury prone in our academy.
He played majority for Wigan. Still.
You don't know your Reece James history. I do.
Okay.
DHO.
You know what?
DHO. Paulo
Chris
Dybala. Paulo Dybala. Paulo Dybala.
Like Reece James has played like 40 plus games for Chelsea before a season. Is that injury like a lot of injuries?
When did he play 40 plus games?
For Chelsea?
When?
I can give you the season.
In a season.
Yeah.
When?
Competition.
I think it was 2020. It was 2020.
I like to try and get it right. You know, I can go to the dates and go to it because transfer market's my best.
2020, 2021.
Yeah.
47 games, 32 games.
Yeah, 2020, 2021. Because
when
2021, 2022, he had. Yeah, 2020, 2021 was a season that he had over 40 games. But his 2021, 2022, he had about 39 games, and
he
then
played 45
after
games
that,
in Championship. What the fuck are you talking about?
So 2020, 2021.
Don't give me. I don't know my Reece James.
Back when Arteta was a bum. So 2020, 2021. Back when Arteta was a bum, and people thought Frank Lampard was a world class.
Prime. To add on to that, Prime. But 2021, 2022, he did play 39 games in all comps. So the next season, it's only been these 2 seaons. It's only been these 2 seasons right now.
The amount of games he's played has declined.
Declined?
It declined by 1 from 2020, 2021, 21, 22 was just 39 instead of 40. And then, that's what I'm saying. These 2 seasons, so 2022, 2023, and then 2023 to 2024 are the 2 seasons he's been off. So this season, last season is when he's not played any.
I've been seeing this since he started playing at Chelsea in the 2021, 2022. I've been seeing that if we don't get a backup for him, he will break. I've literally been saying this.
Let's go back to the Championship time, by the way. He was injury prone in Championship, was he? 45 games in Championship, the league.
He got injured while in the Championship, and in the academy days he was injury prone as well. Chris,
you said Championship. He didn't have a single injury.
I said academy days as well.
No, you said Championship to me. You said I don't know. I watched him in a Championship. I didn't know him get injured. You said academy. I'm not even going to look by that because I don't even know. But you said Championship. He didn't get a single injury in the Championship. No injury.
I said academy days as well.
Okay, cool. You said. He didn't get injured in the Championship. No injuries in the league at all. He played every game. 45 games in the Championship.
In the academy days.
I don't care. You said academy. You said Championship. I don't know my region.
I also said academy days as well. But cool, whatever. But you said Championship to me. You said I didn't know. You said I don't watch Reece James. I did watch Reece James. Cool. You don't listen. It's fine. I said back in 2021, 2022, if we don't get a backup for him. That's why that summer I really wanted Hakimi. I wanted someone that could help him. If we don't get cover, the guy will break, and he's been broken. And if we don't fix him, which I hope the surgery helps, if we don't fix him, we might have to get rid. And people don't want to have the conversation. People don't want to have that be a reality because you love it. Sometimes if you love something, set it free.
That was beautiful.
It's honestly just the last 2 seasons. He still played literally 39 games in 21.
Yeah, before we move on, when we sell Reece James, I want Chris to come on here and apologize to you.
Why would you apologise?
Why would I apologise to you, Sam Reece? I don't want to sell Reece James. You routed me because you said I don't know his history in Championship. I watched him in Championship. That routed me. I had to say, hang on, I can't be wrong with this.
I said academy.
No, but you said Championship. I watched the Championship.
You can play it back. We have a whole
he
YouTube
saved
video.
Wigan in the Championship relegation.
I said academy.
Yeah, I know you said academy, but you also mentioned championship, and I picked up on that. Yeah, you said I didn't watch him championship. I watched it.
Academy as well. I said academy as well.
I wasn't having it because he saved that
I
winning
said
club that
academy as
season.
well. I said academy as well.
Listen,
I don't watch
my point-
academy. I'm not
my
going to like
point
talk
being-
on that.
My point being, though, and I'm listening to people. I'm seeing what people in the chat are saying, and I haven't got an answer yet
What?
because I just gave you an answer. Or if he stays this injured, it's definitely a conversation. But as I said previously, my main concern is how many players have been getting injured this season, booking fit, then getting injured again. I understand that. I do understand that. I get what you're saying. There is a conversation to be had about the amount of injuries you've been getting this season. I get that 100%. However, if Reece James, despite 3 medical teams we've gone through, under Tuchel last season, the last season Tuchel had, under Graham Potter last season, and now this season, if this goes on for 1, 2, 3, a fourth season where he's available for less than 25% of the games, I'm sorry, I am going to sell him for as much money as I can get because I cannot rely on this player.
Welcome, Marshall. We've been expecting you.
No. Okay, fine, whatever.
Also, what DHL said, like, what do other players have to do with Reece James? What Reece James?
No, but like, what he's trying to say is that it could be very likely that this season the reason he got hurt is because of the medical team. I get what he's saying, and I agree with that. To a certain extent, the medical team is to blame.
I mean, yeah, but no, because he was also doing this last year.
That's why I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Next season, new hamstring, new medical staff, because it looks like we're hiring more medical staff as well. And hopefully new manager.
Mm-hmm.
And even look at Lavia. Okay, but look at Lavia last season. He didn't get hurt. Reece James has a history of getting hurt for long periods of time. Sorry, maybe Lavia did get injured last season. I don't know. I don't follow Lavia like Will. You obsessed weirdo. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke. But what I'm saying is that Lavia has shown at least that he can be fit for most of the seasons, multiple seasons consecutively. Reece James for 3 seasons in a row now has shown me he's been unavailable for the majority of it. This is the 4th, and you can't say I'm not giving this guy a chance. This is the 4th season now. The 4th season. And if he can't stay fit in this 4th season, I'm sorry. It's time we move on because he is not helping Chelsea. He helps us more with the money that he gives us. And mind you, I understand. Maybe the directors, maybe the ownership don't, what the fuck? Maybe the ownership don't do anything good with that money. Maybe. But it is yet to be seen, right? Like, I think we could do more with that money than having Reece James stay at the club, constantly fit, constantly in the medical department, just gaining a check every day or every week. And listen, people want to say this as well. I'm going to add this to the conversation. People want to say, oh, even if we keep Reece James, our club is so shit that if Real Madrid come with an offer, that he'll just leave the first offer he gets. Fuck you. I disagree with that. This is the one player I'm going to say that he is proper Chelsea through and through. I fucking hate that I'm saying that saying. But he will not go to any club but Chelsea. He will finish his career like John Terry. He will finish it at... Well, no, he didn't finish his career at Chelsea. But you know what I'm saying? He is going to go down as a Chelsea legend if he can stay fit. And I think he's going to fight tooth and nail to stay at Chelsea no matter what. So all these fucking people on social media saying, "Oh, the first opportunity when Reece James doesn't get any more Champions League and all this and that, he's gonna leave." Fuck you. He's not leaving. He's staying at Chelsea.
Do you know what I worry about?
I disagree with you, Marshall.
Fuck you. But yeah, go ahead.
Marshall, do you know what player I'm worried about leaving the most? If we don't get our shit together next year.
Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see Cole Palmer leaving. Yeah.
Do you know what worries me? Do you know what I can see City buying him back. I can't even lie. I could actually see that happening. That would be heartbreaking. Imagine he gets a glorified loan at Chelsea, and we get maybe £30 million profit. Man, how heartbreaking that would be.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, I would hate that, but I could see it happening. That makes sense. I don't think Reece goes.
By the way, we're talking about Reece James Prime. I'm looking at his youth days in injuries. Where are the injuries? What season?
Hey, listen, you gotta speak to his dad, man. His dad was saying that Reece had a problem with his weight and stuff. So
when he was late.
When he's 8 or something? Like, how far back are we going, man? Because I'm looking at 16, 17, 17, 18.
Speak to his dad. Speak to his dad, not me.
Hey, Prime, I think
it wasn't under 21s and stuff like that. He was never getting injured, by the way.
There's some baseless accusations there, Prime. I don't know.
Nah, cool. Speak to his dad, not me. But anyway, Marshall, I disagree with what you said there. Reece is not proper Chelsea. He doesn't fit the complexion.
No, fuck off. Oh, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, but Drogba was proper Chelsea. So,
Drogba's too dark to me.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
John Terry was proper Chelsea.
Oh, my. Oh, you fucker, man. I just saw the picture behind you.
I know.
Fucking, I forgot who he's replacing, but there's some, the fat bastard.
Fuck's sake. Oh,
there you go. That's the issue. Palmer isn't proper Chelsea. None of the experts are, which is why we need to keep our best academy players. We lost Mason. He's not good. We'll lose Connor and now Reece. I don't think we're going to lose Reece. I really don't. Unless this season he can't. This next season he doesn't stay fit. And I think there's a possibility we have that conversation.
Can CFC tell me, besides John Terry, who was in our academy during our glory days? Like, who from our academy was in our squad? And I'm not talking about 2018 Christensen.
Oh,
who was in our squad? Are you going to say
from our academy? We're not proper Chelsea, yeah.
What?
Yeah, or Frank Lampard, or Drogba, or Cole, or Robin, or Gallas, or Carvalho, or Futra.
Gallas is a proper gooner. Motherfucker backstab
his
club.
Essien was from our Essien. Makalele, Balak was also from our academy. We had
actually,
amazing academy.
No one wants to have this conversation. Uncomfortable conversations. The real OG snakes of football, William Gallas and fucking Ashley Cole. Proper snakes, bro. Leaving for rival clubs. Okay, let me stop.
CFC,
you guys
they're not CFC. Campbell was a bigger snake.
True.
Sorry, CFC.
Yeah.
So, CFC, there's only one player, John Terry. Okay, so we'll keep what? Colwell? Are you happy then? Are you going to be happy now? We'll keep Colwell. How about that for you?
CFC 4-4. Excuse me. You're saying our identity. Do you know what Chelsea's identity actually is?
Just buying all the best players, honestly. That's what Chelsea's identity's been.
What was Chelsea's identity over the century has been winning at all costs.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Our only proper academy player was always John Terry. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't get it,
second season.
We're not Dortmund. That's not our identity.
We're not Man United when we had the class of like 93 guys. We only had John Terry. That's it. That's it. During our glory days.
Our academy players have nothing to do with our identity. I hate to tell you that. Winning is our identity, and buying
honest,
the best players in the world, which I agree with you in that sense. We haven't been doing.
Definitely isn't Cobham.
Hey CFC. Can I tell you something? You know what? Guess which other team in the world has their identity as just winning, and maybe has 1 to 2 academy players at most in their squad?
Yeah,
Real Madrid.
I'll be real.
It's only Champions League they've won.
CFC. I just hate to tell you, Mason Mount stinks.
I'll be real, guys. I agree and disagree with you guys. I think Cobham factually is a part of our DNA now, especially after the Champions League.
Or now, yeah.
Well,
I get
like,
that now.
You know what, Will?
Let's go backstage.
Come on, don't start.
This guy always ruining these conversations. Why can't you just fall in line like every other proper Chelsea?
I will not comply. I will not comply.
No, but Will's right. Cobham is now part of our identity, part of Chelsea. But the best of the best is Reece James, the best of the best. What?
It's your picture, man. You're going in and out of your picture while talking about a Cobham players and Reece James.
How about this? Is that better?
No. No. It's not better. Change it.
prime, dude. I don't want to. Never mind.
Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, Cobham, the best of the best. So Reece James, Christensen, the best of the best, and Cobham make it through to play for Chelsea. Not Gallagher and Gilchrist. Like,
Gilchrist becomes the identity of the club. I'm sorry. I'm going on loan for to AC Milan until he leaves. I'm finished. Sorry.
Like,
that guy stinks.
Even players that might have been sold on, like even players like Nathan Ake, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, these are a part of our history as well. Not to the same level as other players, but I think Cobham's a great part of this club. We either make money or they play well for us. So I think we have a top 5 academy in the world, and we should be proud of that.
Reece looks like Izzo's brother. Oh my god.
This is a wild fucking a photo of Reece. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
Sorry, Will. I agree with you in terms of top 5, in terms of producing players ready for the Premier League.
Yeah,
but I don't think they're of good quality, like of excellent quality. Besides, I could think of a Musiala, like of a quality that like a Gavi or a Yamal.
When you say top 5, when you say top 5, you've got Man City.
Well, he's going to leave.
And that might be it. Benfica, Barcelona, Man City, I think are the 3 best.
Benfica, Barcelona, yeah, because Ajax has fallen off now. No, I could say PSG, to be honest, because they had Nkunku, Dembele. They had a lot of players through their youth ranks. Like Nkunku came through, Dembele came through. A lot of players that we know now came through their ranks.
Yeah, but then, do you think they produce as many top flight academy products as Chelsea? Or do you think?
Yes, because Nkunku's better than any player that we've produced besides Musiala in recent years.
Nkunku is not better than Reece James.
Well, besides, okay, yeah, sure.
Reece
James, that's about it. Yeah.
See, I'm the only one who defended Reece James.
Low key Christensen, but
I really like.
I don't think Nkunku's better than Christensen, but sure.
What about Nathan Ake, man? Nathan Ake.
You could say Malagu's is injury prone, but he's been available for most of the season than Reece has.
Yeah.
Well,
he's been available for most of the season than he's been out. Which is why I keep emphasizing it's depending on Reece James. If next season he's injured for most of the season and he's available, then I'm considering selling him.
I don't know for sure. Wasn't Gusto injury prone before us though, like coming to us?
I have no idea.
Like wasn't he getting injured every season still?
No, he did get injured.
Chris, with all due respect, stay out of this conversation.
Oh yeah. Because you got so much vibe about Reece James's injuries.
I spoke to
I got his injuries, right?
I spoke to a Lyon fan, I speak to regularly, about Gusto, and obviously he rates him, but he did have injury problems last year as well. And I did watch Gusto at Lyon last year. He had like the odd injury here and there. I don't know if I'd say injury prone, but he did have injury.
I would love if Reece picked up the odd injury here and there. If Reece had the season Gusto's having in terms of injuries, I'm fine with that. That's fine. The little knock here and there where you're out for like a game or two, that's fine.
You're okay with like 25 games in the Premier League and you're like here and there.
Chris, again, stay out of this conversation. Anyway, if Gusto has... I
want to know where you're coming from.
If he can play 25 games, like that's a start, yes. Start 25 games.
To conclude this topic and move on to the next one, I'm going to address this comment. CFC, thank you for joining the channel, by the way. I appreciate you putting your input here, even though it's different than mine and maybe other people in the chat. I do appreciate you having your input and your opinion, even if I disagree. But big up to you, because I think we agree on other things as well, which I'm sure you've noticed. But it took time for us to build this academy. Now it's working. We are selling them all, which has always been the case, by the way. But anyways, yes, Lampshade Cole were from West Ham, but they know what it means to play for CFC. There is a reason Gallagher runs. I understand what you're saying, and I understand that this team could use a little bit of knowing what the hell Chelsea's about, but you don't necessarily need it to be coming from the academy. Gallagher isn't the only player on that pitch that's passionate and shows love for the badge. Like, as much as Chelsea fans want to ignore it. Axel Disasi, I would argue, is much more passionate about being here at Chelsea and shows it more and loves the fans way more than what I've seen from Gallagher this season. Yet no one wants to discuss that. I think to a certain extent, you could make an argument that Enzo Fernandez understands what it means to be at Chelsea. Nicholas Jackson came out in an interview and said, I understand why the fans are booing me. I need to do better. He gets what it is to be at Chelsea. Caicedo understands. Axel Disasi came out in an interview after we drew against Man City, and what did he say? He said, yes, we are disappointed with the draw. We could have won. We need to do better. Right now, we may have won this game or we may have drew this game, but we need to make sure we win. That's the Chelsea mentality, even though he's not from Cobham. So I understand what you're saying. There are more people that need to represent the fans and all that, because I feel like that's something that for us fans, we need to, like, we're missing. We're missing that leadership. We're missing that representation. It almost feels like sometimes, like games like yesterday, the players don't give a shit. But when we have players like Gallagher and the Sassy tapping the badge, it helps us feel like, okay, these players do care. I understand. We need more of that. You're right. But it doesn't need to come from Cobham. It doesn't all need to come from Cobham. Sure, there should be good players that come from Cobham. I agree. That's why there's Reece James in our team. That's why Colwell is yet to be seen. But when Colwell plays at his best, that's why he's in the team. But you should be at Chelsea because you're good enough to play at Chelsea, not because you're just from Cobham.
Nani Madueke, a Spurs academy player, back in the summer when England
100%.
under 21s won the Euros, he was on Instagram Live with Colwell saying, don't worry, Chelsea fans, Colwell is coming back home. He didn't say he's coming back to Chelsea. He's coming back home. Some of these young players actually care. And Marshall's right. We need the leadership to show it so we can get over the lines in these results like Burnley, because at certain times it may look like they don't care, but they do. So, and again, that stems with getting the manager, and that stems with the owners putting in the right manager. So,
and I'm sorry, this whole Chelsea way, you know.
Robot. Who's a robot? Curry robot has entered the chat.
It's super bad. Is it better?
He's back. I think he's back now.
Is he?
Curry, are you back? Optimus Curry.
Or is it better now?
Yes, much better.
A lot better.
Okay. I was saying, you know who brought our winning mentality back? Or who brought it in the first place? Mourinho. Because before then, a lot of these players, the Frank Lampards, Joel Coles, were seen as bottlers or almost men. Because during the time Jose came, that's when we brought his Porto side in, aka your Carvalho's, the right back, and so on and so forth, and Iron Robin and everyone else. Before then, we were known as the bottlers. These people didn't get our club because we didn't win shit. Okay, so this whole they know the club, they get the club. Yeah, you know what happens? People who win feel like the fans think they get the club. Rudiger gets the club. You know why? Because with that passion he showed during the Champions League, he also won us the fucking Champions League. That's why he gets the club. That's why we like Diego Costa. He caught the club because when he came in, he banged in goals. He's an asshole, but we loved our asshole because he was an asshole to everyone else besides our club, and he was banging in 20 goals a season, right?
We loved our asshole.
Hey. I didn't even think about that.
Anyway.
Sorry, I didn't even... Anyways.
They say that they want proper Chelsea people who kept Chelsea. But when the discussion is, should we bring back Mourinho, people say no. Mourinho's proper Chelsea. Bring him back.
Oh, yeah. Give him a try,
Yeah.
Bring him back.
Give him a try, man.
I'm sorry, you're talking about a spine with the homegrown talent. Can I, once again, I'll repeat it. Our 2004 squad
I don't
only
disagree
had
that
John
we need
Terry.
a spine. It doesn't need to be the homegrown talent, though.
No, but he's saying based on homegrown
Yeah.
talent. No, our 2010 squad was only John Terry once again. Our 2015 squad was John Terry once again. Our 2017 squad was no homegrown players in our starting lineup. What are you talking about? What the spine of homegrown players? Are you insane?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just
It's
don't.
only our Champions League squad. It's only our Champions League squad, or 2022, because 2019 was not homegrown again. Maybe Christensen, that was it. That was the only homegrown player we had. And 2022 is the Champions League is one we had homegrown players.
When he says homegrown, does he mean like London-based players or UK-based players, I should say?
No, I mean from our academy.
Yeah, I mean, like when we won the Champions League, it was just Mason Mount, Reece, Christensen.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But before then,
3 players.
But before then, it was only one. Before then, it was only one, and it was only John Terry.
Yeah.
Picture of the squad.
He wasn't even in the final.
Yeah, but Marshall, have you not seen that picture? The squad of
Tammy, Hudson Odoi.
Where they're all lifting the trophy. That's what they want. They want the fans to see. Like, again, who cares? Listen, our new spine is Reece James. Can include Reece James as our captain if he stays fit.
Yeah, I mean, I get this, like, but we could still have that without having academy people. Like, I think you can make the argument that, you know, Enzo in due time and Gallagher and I mean Colwell, because I don't want to lump in Chilwell into this. They can be they can be those people in the dressing room. I really believe that Enzo can be that person. Jackson to a certain extent as well. Jackson is stepping up as well. I think they could ingrain the culture into them, and they can step up and be that spine. Like, I think we are building the spine. It's taking a while. The results aren't there, but I think we can build.
But now he's named me two. He's named me 2 people who are quote unquote London boys. Okay, we got our Reece James and we got our Colwell. That should be good enough, no? Because
to a certain extent,
Makalele, Balak, Drogba, Ashley Cole, and we bought Ashley Cole. So once again, I guess he's a London boy after winning the Invincibles. Sure, he's a London boy. So we could say the same for Sterling, no? Sterling won everything with Man City. He's a left winger. He's a London boy. No, I'm just saying this London boy nonsense.
No, I know. I'm just saying in general. Yeah.
Right? Exactly. So it's not about being a London boy.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense either.
Fundamentally, we're just going to disagree on this, but I mean, I get where he's coming from, and I think we all in general agree we do need to have a better spine. Our spine needs to be better quality, and I wanted to be Reece James in that conversation. I think we all do to a certain extent because we all know that Reece James is a world-class player when he is fit, but he needs to stay fit, and time will tell next season if he's going to stay fit. Again, large conversation we had there. I did not expect this show to go to 3 hours. We actually might get to 3 hours. It's insane. So let's go on to the next topic, which is another player that people have been very contentious about, and that's Thiago Silva. So, rumor has it, now more than ever, it's the rumblings are getting louder, right? That Thiago Silva is going to be leaving Europe. Not even just Chelsea, but he might be going back to Fluminense. So let's go ahead and read some tweets here. Source we have here: Thiago Silva is expected to leave Chelsea at the end of the season. There have been no formal talks over contract extension to date. Sources have now indicated that, barring a significant U-turn, Silva is poised to depart. Sources have also anticipate that Silva will opt to end his 15-year stay in Europe and return to his homeland. In any case, Fluminense would be his preferred destination of choice. Then we have here, barring a significant... Oh, well, that's the same thing. Silva is expected to leave Chelsea on a free transfer at the end of the season upon the expiry of his contract, ending his 4-year stay at Stamford Bridge, which, hey, listen, I love Thiago Silva. He's my first Chelsea kit. Unfortunately, not to say it's a bad thing, but I wish I got into John Terry's, the Lampards, the Drogbas of the time, you know. But unfortunately, I just didn't have money until I was older in my life, and I came back to Chelsea. So I chose him to be my first one because I respect everything he's done for the club. I respect what he did for Chelsea in the past 3 seasons. This season, despite the bad season, I still respect him as a player. I still respect him as a center back. And unfortunately, just things didn't work out this season. The age is finally catching up to him, I would argue. But despite that, it's sad to see Silva go. In my heart, I would like to consider him a Chelsea legend, but I know he's going to probably go down more as a Chelsea cult hero. But yeah, I mean, Chris, I know you like Silva a lot, so I'll let you speak on this. Fluminense at the end of the season doesn't look like he's going to stay next season. Your thoughts?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I did hear like most of it. Yeah, like I thought like Thiago Silva would be fine this season, you know, like, but I thought it'd be still his last run. He's like what, 40 years old now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he's something like 40 years old. It's time to happen. Like, we bought replacements. We've still got to buy another centre back, you know. So he's honestly had a great career at Chelsea. He's won trophies here. He's been unreal. Like, he's been robbed of player of the season from Chelsea, you know, from a guy. But yeah, like, he's had a great career. I'm happy. I got his name, you know. He's one of my favourite centre backs, you know, as well. Like, you know, over the last 20 years. So it's great to see him play for Chelsea, but yeah, it's time to go, man. He had a great career. He always gave
God
100.
damn. I wish he came to Chelsea sooner. Like, I wish I wish
he came around 32. 32 was still good.
Instead, we got this weirdo Brazilian called David Luiz.
Nah, come on. No, he's good.
It should have been Thiago Silva.
No,
it should have been Thiago
Silva.
We got David Luiz. Error-prone David Luiz, man.
He had his errors, cool, but he was a very unreal centre.
Hey, respect David Luiz. He won more than Thiago Silva at Chelsea.
Damn.
Yeah.
But he didn't win a Champions League.
Yes, he did.
Wait, did he? Was he in a Champions League winning team? Oh,
yes, he started, man. John Terry got red card.
Marshall. Not only did he start that final, he played with an injury. He didn't get hooked like a baby like Thiago Silva.
Oh.
Damn.
Hey, you sound poor, man.
Listen. I'll be honest. I'll admit this as a Chelsea fan. I just never rated David Luiz. I'm sorry. I didn't think he was good enough for Chelsea when he came into the club.
And you think Thiago Silva was good enough for Chelsea?
Yes.
Well, he is. Like, when he came in, he was good enough for Chelsea.
And you can't tell me right now if we got Thiago Silva over David Luiz when we signed David Luiz that Thiago Silva wasn't the better centre back.
Look, I don't want to make it about David Luiz, but David Luiz is one of the most.
I'm impressed with how he's been at Chelsea. At that time, like when I kept saying with Frank and stuff that we need an elite, we need a centre back that's a leader, more mature. I didn't think he'd be available. I wanted Johnny Evans, and now we see with Johnny Evans, him and Silva are the same age. Silva's a washed-up geriatric, and Thiago Silva and Johnny Evans is still one of the best centre backs in the Prem. So,
oh my days!
Okay.
No.
Let's go backstage.
How could you? How dare you just compare Thiago Silva to Johnny Evans? Have you no shame? What the hell, Prime?
You're funny.
You're moving mad, man. You're moving mad, bro. That's crazy.
Wait, you say I have no shame, but like, do you know how
all the shame that I expected you to use on Reece James, you're now using it to Thiago Silva. How dare you?
How old is Thiago Silva?
Like 40?
39, I think, still.
Okay, yeah, he's about 10, 40 soon, I think, but yeah.
39, okay, and they're roughly the same age. They're age mates.
Yeah.
And yes, he's still playing at the elite level.
Not Johnny Evans still, man. I assure you that.
Yeah, Thiago Silva's getting spun.
The reason, by the way, you know the reason why he starts games, by the way? Because Martinez, he's been injured. That is why.
He's still playing though. Chelsea have had injured.
Silva, you know, Chelsea got injured or something like. They're both
Thiago Silva was the first name on the team sheet. You can't say the same thing for Johnny Evans. No, not because we had injuries.
Who? Johnny Evans?
Listen.
No, I'm saying
Johnny Evans' machine still works. Silva's doesn't.
You have no shame. You have no
this
shame.
is worse
at
than
this point,
like Marshall's
at this point, just say Maguire. Just say Maguire's better at this point.
Emily would not got injured in that Champions League final. So wouldn't have came off like a baby.
He still played. Hey, like, you know, it happens. That's what happened to Boyne, man. He
came off like a baby. He came off like a baby. That's cool. I get it. He's scared.
I don't want to do that.
Ladies and gents, 55 of you watching, smash the like button if you disagree with Prime. Johnny Evans over fucking
It's common
Thiago Silva.
knowledge that Johnny Evans is clear of Thiago Silva.
He is not clear of Thiago Silva.
Smash
Watch
like
the
if you
game.
disagree.
There's nothing you can do better than Thiago Silva.
Yeah, Prime moving like a tweet out here, bro.
And how people tweet.
It's insane, bro. You are moving mad right now. I can't even look at you.
It's
Right
fine. My opinions are like a Drake song. They're sleepers. Eventually, people will agree with me. I told people about Reece James years ago. Now people are starting to agree. It's cool, man. It's cool.
Anyways, yeah, Thiago Silva, if he goes, he will be missed. But I mean, like everything, time does get the best of us, so we'll see what happens. Let's go on to yeah, whatever. Let's go on to the next bit of news that I have for you guys in regards to another center back that we have on our team, and this thing doesn't want to work. All right, there you go. And that is in regards to Badiashile once again being linked to AC Milan.
50 mil, 60 mil, 70.
It might happen, guys. Who knows? I don't know. But let's discuss here. Badiashile has attracted interest from AC Milan, but there is still hope he will fulfill his potential at Stamford Bridge. It's coming from Ryan Taylor Sport. Last season, or last half season, this whole season, we now have a bigger picture of Benoit Badiashile. Do you sell him to AC Milan?
I just think about it, man. I would do a great swap deal, man. Him for Leao, you know, a bit extra money, maybe like 40 million.
That's not gonna happen.
Well, I'm just saying, man. If they want Badiashile, let's cut a deal, man. Give us Leao and we'll give you 40 million. How about that? Yes, for that. I wouldn't sign for like under 50 million. No way. There's no way I sell Badiashile under 50 million.
Curry Pirate, do you have an opinion on Badiashile? Do you sell him?
Yeah, if it's more than 50.
Wow, more than 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
55.
Like, yeah, sure. Then I'm down.
60, 70 for me, but
God damn, 55. How much should we get Badiashile for? 30,
30.
right?
Yeah,
30.
and we gone for a good deal. Like that's not our problem. Like, you know.
And then I could, because like Diamonde's 52 million release clause, I could get him as a replacement, or I could get a Tedibo for 50 million.
Oh, Theo Hernandez,
So,
I hear that.
yeah.
I hear, you know what, you know, Theo Hernandez, you know, if you can't be Leao, Theo Hernandez, I hear that one.
Oh,
I only saw Badiashile if, well, depending on the money, for one, and two, like, AC Milan have to be willing to give us, yeah, like a Theo or Leao or Tomori, maybe.
Give us
No,
Drew.
You want Tomori back?
no,
Tomori
I want Tomori.
Yeah.
No, I don't want
Wait,
Tomori.
would they have to give us money?
What are we?
Relax, I said
No,
maybe.
we have to give them money.
Relax, I said maybe.
We're not doing some weird trade of Badiashile for Theo Hernandez. Milan's never going to do
Wait,
that.
Fernandez is really good.
Wait, Theo, I can hear the
Yeah.
argument for Theo,
No,
but
no,
Tomori?
He's probably the best left back
Yeah.
in the world, I think.
Yeah, but we have to pay money.
I don't want to think about getting rid of players. Well, certain players can fuck off, I don't care. But I don't want to think about getting rid of players until the manager comes in. Because what if the next manager wants to use Badiashile? What then?
That he can't use him. That's tough. I'll be honest. Like, that's not how we're gonna run things. If the manager needs to, because this is what happened with Poch, by the way. We're now going, oh well, you got to feel bad for Poch because you got to feel bad for him because we signed a bunch of young players. No, you don't, because at the end of the day, yes, some of the briefs against him in the media about players he might not have wanted, or might have wanted is bullshit. But he took the job. He knew what he was getting into. Nagelsmann knew what he was going to get into. That's why he stepped away. So,
But Will, Shoddy Tomori?
oh, Tomori, I don't want Tomori.
Like,
Guys, I said maybe Tomori. It's fine. Like, it's
but
cool.
still,
It's fine,
you
it's fine.
said Tomori. I can't
Marshall,
overlook
shut
that.
Marshall, you think that Thiago Silva is better than David Luiz and Evans? Don't make fun. Don't make jokes.
Yes. He is better than both those players.
Wait. Do you mean at Chelsea or in general? Because in general, Thiago Silva's
in general
obviously better. Of course, Thiago
I'm
Silva's
talking about Chelsea. I'm talking about Chelsea.
I will. You missed it, but I said earlier, like, if I could go back in time, I would not get this bum David Luiz, and I would have gotten Thiago Silva.
You piece of shit, Marshall. I'm sorry.
Exactly,
I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't care. I don't care if this is your channel, Marshall. You do not disrespect.
There's a kind of weak, bro.
Listen,
Thank you. I didn't want to call Marshall a piece of shit, but I agree.
Listen, we needed to give David Luiz extra salary just so he can do his hair, right? For all that freaking curling oil he used.
We need a symbol for your ass as well.
Wait, hold on. What did Thiago Silva do for us in the title race? Did he win us a league title? No.
Bro, he got us to the championship. He got us to the final of the Champions League, bro.
And David Luiz played in the final and played really good.
Thiago Silva came off.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Thiago Silva made too many.
Either, man.
David Luiz made too many errors in one season. Actually, in the whole time that Thiago Silva's been at Chelsea, David Luiz has made that many errors in one season.
That's not true. That's not true.
That is 100% true. I haven't looked at it, but that is probably 100% true.
Actually not true.
Pick one of these players.
Silva made this season. Listen, there are errors Silva has made that people do not want to talk about because he got covered and protected in Tuchel's back three. David Luiz was playing in a back two. Let's not do this. I beg. Let's not do this.
Marshall, can I ask you a question? I need to ask you a very serious. This is the litmus test of football knowledge. Okay, this is the litmus test. Gary Cahill or David Luiz?
God damn it! I'd probably take Gary Cahill.
Yep. Good night, people. It's been on
our channel. You already know Marshall.
David Luiz, man.
Marshall thinks Evans is better than Thiago Silva. You know he doesn't.
No, Gary Cahill is too disrespected, man.
I like Gary Cahill, but he's not on David Luiz's level. He's not on David Luiz's level.
Marshall, Gary Cahill or Johnny Evans?
Gary Cahill. Fuck off with Johnny Evans, bro.
Okay. I'm reporting this channel. I'm sorry. That's disgraceful. I'm sorry. You can't say.
It's a disgrace.
Well, actually, Will, I am so glad that you actually brought up Gary Cahill because I have this for you. And ladies and gents, if you're enjoying the show so far, smash the like button. If you're listening, just chill and listen. And I hope you like the button eventually when you go back to your phone after a hard day's work of listening to this podcast. All right? But we have some post-match comments. And Gary Cahill was brought up, and Gary Cahill will be spoken of. Former Chelsea defender Gary Cahill has urged supporters to show patience with Mauricio Pochettino and says recent performances are proof of progress at Stamford Bridge. And you know what? Maybe I should have said David Luiz. But anyways, we continue on. Some members of Chelsea's squad have made it clear to the club's owners that they would prefer to see Mauricio Pochettino replaced at the end of the season. That's coming from Graham Bailey. Then we have here Cole Palmer with some comments in regards to the game. It's poor. It can't happen, especially when they go down to 10. We got too comfortable. Same story. We kill ourselves every week. We got to improve as players. We seriously need consistency if we want to do something. Mauricio Pochettino also touting his frustrations on the game yesterday. I am so upset and disappointed. What was lacking was more here, points to the heart, and here, points to the head. So passion and intelligence, I guess, than anything in our legs. It's difficult to accept because it was a must-win game. It's not about blaming the players. I blame everyone. We need to be a team, find better communication, and be more competitive. We lacked energy and the capacity to deal with the situation. And then we have some, ESPN pundits speaking on the game as well. So Stevie Nicol saying, if you could take Cole Palmer out of this side, there is nothing left. There is absolutely nothing left. Then we have here Frank LeBouf expressing some frustrations. And he said, sorry, but people on the board have destroyed this club. This is what you have to face. How do you rebuild that? I don't know. It's going to take a long time. I've talked about it a lot. I'm fed up repeating myself. As long as you don't have people to rely on, meaning experienced players, you can't build anything. This is what you face when you're trying to build an academy team. And that was everything I had, actually. So we'll talk on Andre Santos in a bit. But, guys, a lot of comments, a lot of things said about the match. Do you believe what Kerry Cahill is saying and back the manager, and there is progress being made in recent games? Or do you side more along with what LaBouffe and Stephen Nicol are saying, relying on Cole Palmer and what?
That's your center back, bro.
It's not my center back. My center back's Thiago.
Gary Cahill, but on a side note, Gary Cahill did say this before the game. This was like 3 days before, so maybe hindsight a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But what do we think, guys? Where are we aligning ourselves here?
I think they're both wrong. But they're both wrong. Well, no, Gary Cahill has some element of truth. The ESPN guys are talking crap. Mostly.
Fair enough.
But I'm not saying back watch, but I guess it's just PR from Gary Cahill, I'll be honest. He's not really said anything that has any value, really, because he's not wrong. He's not overly right. He's just playing it safe. He's saying, there's things you can praise from the coach, there's things you can praise from the players, and vice versa with criticism. That's just a nothing statement. He's just said everyone's to blame and everyone's doing. We need time, apparently, which is just waffle. I'll be honest.
Gary Cahill playing it safe. Sounds like him at Chelsea.
It's true.
He made less errors than David Luiz.
Oh, fuck's sake.
David Luiz is one of the most talented centre backs.
Made less errors than David Luiz.
Bozo moments, Luiz.
He was the most talented centre back. You get that name out your mouth, Marshall, man.
Mm-hmm. Listen, sometimes I have
I'll talk about David Luiz.
And people know about this, by the way. Some of you guys in the panel might have a David Luiz agenda.
So Bozo moments Luiz, or I need a back three to survive Thiago Silva. Pick one.
Thiago Silva.
I need a back three.
Who won a Champions League with that back three, by the way?
He didn't win the Champions League. He got hooked in the final.
He didn't get hooked. He got injured.
He got injured, man. Let's not disrespect Thiago here.
He got injured.
Thiago.
The same way people don't want to.
That's your Chelsea
Ronaldo
legend right there.
He's not my legend. Never.
What,
be my legend.
Sorry.
Anyway.
And when Thiago Silva becomes Chelsea manager and he fails, I'll be there.
Oh, come on.
Yo,
Chelsea
he'll probably be AC Milan manager way before he becomes AC or Chelsea manager. But I mean, I feel like this. I don't think Frank LaBeouf is wrong, but at the same time, I think it's also a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? It's like read the fucking room. Raheem Sterling is the experienced player, right? He's been failing this club multiple times this season. We've seen what happened when Thiago Silva was in that defense this season. We haven't really improved much at all, and he's the experienced player. So this argument of experienced players, you can't build anything. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, I don't think this is solely an experienced player's problem. I think this is much more of a Poch doesn't know how to coach a team problem. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree with that.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot of it's on Poch.
I'm curious. Like people like Gary Cahill, and I know I think it's Joe Cole. It's either Joe Cole or maybe it's both. Certain people around Chelsea or former ex-players have spoken about the good work Poch is doing and how he should be given time. I'm curious to know what they see, because obviously they can see things behind the scenes that we don't. I'm curious to see what they are seeing about Chelsea that we don't, that's warranted him getting more time.
Isn't Cahill an ambassador of Chelsea or something? Like, doesn't he work with the club still? That could be it.
I mean, he was carried in the Champions League final by David Luiz, so he must be.
Yeah.
Hey, Marshall, you shouldn't have given me this. I mean, it should not.
Also, check carry them all, man.
I agree. That's the one thing you said, Chris. I agree with.
Okay.
Whatever.
What did Chris say?
I said check carried them, man. He saved their asses. Saved Drogba's ass, actually.
Yeah,
He did.
I mean, yeah.
David
Luiz also scored his penalty. He also scored his penalty.
Oh, that penalty is beautiful, man. It scared me at the same time, but it's beautiful.
There was scale.
I wonder why it scared you, Chris.
Because because his long ass run up it scared me, but it didn't scare me.
Great set piece taker, man.
Yeah, he's great. He's good set piece taker. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Hey, the streets won't forget David Luiz in DM in 2000.
The streets won't forget David Luiz ended Rafa. What's his face? I can't even remember his name anymore.
Rafa Benitez.
No.
Raphael.
The Mexican striker.
No, he got Raphael sent off.
Fernandes.
Ah.
He got Raphael. Do you remember when he Wait, are you talking about when he got Raphael sent off?
No. I'm talking about when he fucking collided heads with what's his face.
Rafa Jimenez.
Yeah, Rafa Jimenez. The streets will never forget how he ended Rafa Jimenez's career, pretty much.
Oh, Jimenez at Arsenal.
And the streets won't forget where he played on one leg in the Champions League final.
Like Kante.
Like Kante. All right, but so for the most part, it's in the middle.
Kante,
Anyways,
okay.
we'll continue.
Kante did play one leg, man.
Kante played. Technically, Kante played with freaking 6 legs because the Kante triplets. So let's not.
Don't let me speak on that Malteser head Kante, man.
Oh my god, that is crazy.
It's ridiculous, man. Anyways, let's continue on to the show. Few more things before we end the show, ladies and gents. So if you haven't already done so, smash up the like. If you're enjoying the content, show your appreciation with a subscribe, and let us know in the comments below what you think of David Luiz and Kante. I guess we'll put that in there too. But let's continue with the final 3 talking points I wanted to bring up, which is giving Santos a little bit of praise today, because Santos has been playing recently for Strasbourg, who won today against Rennes during a protest. Patrick Vieira on Andre Santos. He is calm when he has the ball at his feet. He has this tactical quality to build from the back as well. With Habib, they had a very good match in midfield. And listen, I think from what I've seen of Santos so far, he's been looking pretty promising. I haven't seen much, but I'm actually starting to really enjoy what we're seeing this kid develop into in the few games that we've been able to see him. Because I know this season, when it comes to loans, it's not done him any favors, and Chelsea need to make sure that's fixed up for next season for sure if we're gonna loan him again. But any thoughts on Santos outside of the typical? I hope he keeps playing well.
Why didn't that dickhead use Santos over Cassidy?
Because he's an idiot. Because the idiot should have known that Cassidy's cup tied, and Santos could have been used still because he's not cup tied.
More talented. He's a better midfielder.
And more talented. We even saw that during preseason. And I would like to say to Nottingham Forest, you 17th place pieces of shit. You can hold that, you frauds. We loaned him out to you so you could do something, but you idiots chose less talented, overrated pieces of shit to start in front of him, so you can hold that, you frauds. Look at him already control the midfield 2 games in a row that he started. See what happens when you start a guy who's talented, you frauds? We loan him out to you for experience, and this is what you get, 17th. I hope you get relegated. I hope Luton Town beats you. You get relegated, you absolute frauds. Go down, okay? Where you deserve. Yeah, Nottingham Forest. Stay in the Forest, okay? Robin Hood ass little town. The whole that you Robin Hood ass. You know what? We were helping you steal from the rich and give to the poor. We got you, Santos. We were giving it to you, poor asses, but you idiots denied us. So you can hold on. You're gonna hold on.
Fucking elite club, bro.
You have too much. You have too much fun with that, man. You way too much fun.
I did. I actually did.
God
Wait,
damn.
who did Carey cuss out?
What?
Who did Carey just cuss out?
He cussed out a whole
Nottingham
generation of Strasbourg fans. Oh, Nottingham Forest.
No.
I thought you were talking about Strasbourg.
No.
No, I'm talking about the 17th place Nottingham Forest. We loaned him out to you in the first half, and this is what you do. And he starts for Strasbourg and is balling. You can hold that. Yeah. No, that's. Yeah, because he was loaned out to them earlier. That's why I said. That's why I named Robin Hood. God, guys, come on, get these references. Come on.
I did get the reference. Although the thing is, Nottingham Forest aren't even poor, so they're just shit.
Well, in terms of riches of talent, there you go.
So, I think next season. Actually, this is my thoughts. I think next season we should keep Santos.
Yeah.
As an option off the bench.
Yeah, especially for getting rid of Gallagher. Yeah.
Jesus.
If Poch ain't here though, if Poch is here, we're not keeping him, man. He's staying out alone. We're going to keep Cassidy.
I swear to God, if we loan him out again because of Posh,
That's not down to Poch, by the way.
I will go to the UK and start the Poch out protest.
Surely Poch has power if he wants to keep him. Well, wants to use him. Well,
Not really. Not as much as you think. I don't think. Not when it comes down to choosing who loan.
Didn't he want Cassidy to come back?
The club decided to do that because his loan was fading and they thought they needed cover.
Why was his loan failing?
Because he
we're not gonna sell
didn't
Reece
get into that
James.
Leicester team.
I swear he still played enough
Oh
minutes
my
over there.
God, you're really buying this.
No,
pure
he was
prophecy.
he was in the beginning, but then slowly he got
He
weaned
was-
off the team because he wasn't performing well. Like in the beginning, he was balling, and Leicester were happy because he was contributing. Then he wasn't performing as well near the end of November, and then he started really
There's
killing
still
off.
shit
And
about
then,
him.
yeah.
They're still falling.
Well,
without him.
aren't they still first
No, the
or
second, I think.
second?
They're
I think
third,
they're
actually.
Oh, okay.
A third. Oh,
Good,
there
they
you
can
go.
hold that. They
They
can hold
won
that
one
too. They
in.
can hold that
They
too.
won one game in 6.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like,
they can hold that too. That's what happens when Cassidy leaves your club. You can hold
Oh,
Yeah,
that.
fuck
basically.
Cassidy, man. I want him gone. I'm sick of him. He's worse than Gallagher. He's
well,
what-
yeah,
he's-
of course he's worse than Gallagher.
his ceiling is lower than Gallagher.
Oh,
It is,
no,
Marshall,
no.
it is. He's shit.
Will's
The
right.
disrespect
Cassidy
of
is-
Cassidy.
Yeah, no.
Cassidy
Oh,
is
you freaking David Luiz
insane.
today.
Player of a tournament for Italy.
And he's 18. Yeah, he's
Watch
18.
Gives a shit, man.
Relax.
I
Oh,
don't
he's
care. He's
Gallagher's
He
never
got-
been player of any tournament.
He was
He got
very
paired-
good to pass and his other club,
Bro,
Charles.
got
bro, can I just say one
Cassidy,
thing?
Prime.
You know, people don't realize what his role at youth level was to be like in the
A
box.
baller, bro.
No, he wasn't. He was a goal
You're a
scoring
fucking
midfielder.
elite club, bro.
He was a
You
goal
got an elite
scoring
player in
midfielder.
fucking Cassidy, bro.
He was
No,
a goal
thank you.
scoring midfielder that we thought, oh, central midfield with high volume of goals. Let's sign him. That's how he
Thank
PR'd his
you.
way. He PR'd his way to
No,
play a
I always
tournament.
thought he should play Cam.
Marshall,
What the
Cassidy,
No, he's a box to box. He's an
Cassidy.
attacking box to
You
box.
know the stereotypes everyone has of Frank Lampard? All he does is score goals. He's not good technically. Yada yada yada. The stereotype of what Lampard is. That's everything Cassidy is, by the way. Technically
Marshall,
limited, only good at scoring goals.
He's
Cassidy's a baller.
No,
Oh,
he's not.
okay. You fucking.
Marshall, can I say
Alright,
one thing?
Marshall.
Chris? Actually,
You're
Chris,
a
go on.
fucking elite club, bro.
Yeah, go on.
No, you go, Chris. You go.
Nah, man, he's you know he's playing his Johnny Minerals fucking soundtrack, man. You know who he's listening to, man. When he says baller over and over, that's definitely he's been listening to Johnny way too much now.
No, I don't.
By the way,
I don't
Marshall,
even know
I'm
if
just
Johnny
saying-
rates Cassidy, to be
I'm
honest.
No,
Say
but he
one
says
thing,
baller this, baller that. You listen to Johnny, man.
I knew this guy was shit before
Because
we
Cassidy's
signed
a
him.
real baller. I don't
I've
just say
seen
that
him play
loosely.
in these youth tournaments in the World Cup. I was not moved. I'm not moved now.
Yeah, well, open your fucking eyes, bro.
No.
What was that?
You were
Right.
moved by fucking David Luiz.
Can I just say one
Oh,
thing? Yeah?
Hold on.
He's not even David Luiz's piece of shit. Like
Marshall.
Yes,
Marshall.
hi,
Marshall.
that's me.
You,
Yes.
I don't know if you're pretending to be like this or if this is a joke, but stop disrespecting David Luiz. It's not funny anymore.
David Luiz can play midfield better than Cassidy.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Way better.
That's
way
true.
better.
That's true.
Cassidy
That's
will
true.
Time will
never-
tell.
Cassidy will never- Cassidy
Guys,
is.
if we wanted to
is
play,
like
if we,
everything does.
guys, we
Cassidy
told,
is literally 20 years old.
Yeah,
No,
definitely
he's
we
like
don't give it to that
18.
age, by the way.
you know,
He's a
we
shit.
told,
He's-
you
no.
know, Ampadu's
21,
a better
Jesus.
midfielder. Ampadu's a better midfielder than
Holy shit, bro.
Ampadu's a better midfielder. Gilmore's a better midfielder. Santos is better. Leslie's better.
Oh, shut up!
Well,
Gilmore and Ampadu are not better midfielders than
Yes,
Cassidy.
they are.
I'm
Yes, they
sorry.
are. Yes, they
No,
are.
no,
The
no,
pe-
no.
Yes,
They are.
they
Yeah,
are.
they are.
Yes,
They
they
are.
are.
No, 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 no,
You
no,
will
no,
see,
no.
my friend.
No, no,
What, Marshall,
He is like
Marshall, you-
outcasted out of this
Marshall,
fucking
you've
club.
never watched Cassidy before, have you?
Yes, I have watched Cassidy. Are you serious?
When?
Watch the highlights.
Marshall, you just look to the right. You're
Oh,
lying.
preseason. No, I haven't. What do you mean? You think I just watched a comp real quick of
Well,
Cassidy?
No.
No.
I don't mean preseason. I mean actual games. I watched him during the tournament in the summer. He is so technically limited. He's only used as a goal scorer. He's a goal scoring midfielder, but nothing else about him.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah,
He
that's
is-
why I want to play
at
him as
least-
Cam.
at least-
Because I want him to score goals. Proper
But it's- we
Chelsea.
play-
Cassidy.
but
Yeah,
Marshall,
shit.
Marshall, you have to build the team around him.
I'd rather build a team around him than fucking Gallagher.
No.
I'd rather sell
That's
Gallagher
not-
than Cassidy.
Listen, Cassidy will
Don't
come
buy
good.
Chelsea, man. If you ever
Cassidy
put it
Cassidy
in
will
there,
come
don't
good.
have a
I
buy
give
Chelsea.
Cassidy
Right.
time. He will come good.
Marshall, why are we having Cassidy prop like he's the next
Will!
coming of Michael
Oh, well, that's
Ball?
just me.
That's
Well,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think
What
I
are
never
we
said
doing?
that. You're putting
And
words
we
in
know-
my
No,
mouth.
I
never
know,
said he's
I
next
know,
coming
I
of
know.
Michael Ballack.
I know.
Come on now.
No, I'm saying
He's the next
no, I'm
coming
saying-
of Andre Pirlo. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh my
I'm
God.
kidding.
Anyway,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Can we ever congratulate
Don't make jokes about Pirlo. He's my goal. Don't do that.
he's a C Tech Tonali. That's what he is. Cassidy is a C
TDHL, we
Tech
can finally
Tonali.
agree on something. I
No,
think
he's not even
Cassidy
Ronaldo.
has a lot of
Dude,
potential.
that's been nice,
He
actually.
doesn't. To score goals, maybe.
But
Yeah,
we
so-
got Carney Chuka. No, wait, hang on. We got Carney
Yeah.
Chukwuemeka, who's a better 10, and Cassidy will be. And how old is Carney Chukwuemeka?
agreed.
Like, same age or younger?
All right,
20,
Chris, how
20.
many games of fucking Charlie Cassidy have we seen?
Wait, what?
Marshall?
Enough,
Charlie
man.
Cassidy?
I'm
seen
calling him
enough.
Charlie now, okay? Charlie
Like-
Cassidy.
No, but Marshall, you just like, wait, who'd you rather, Marshall? Carney Chukwuemeka or Cassidy as a 10? For the future.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Anyway,
we've seen Marshall's ball knowledge. Doesn't rate David Luiz. He rates Gary Cahill. He rates
Hey, I'm
Cassidy.
not. I rate Marshall, but like, come on, who you picking,
yeah,
Marshall?
but Chris,
No,
you're a
okay. In
you're
all
not-
honesty, yes, Carney. But
Well, there you go.
that's
He's
not
no
to
use.
say I know. You haven't even seen him play, you fucking prick.
also,
I
sorry,
fucking-
DHL.
You've only seen him play out of position for fucking fraudulent Potch. He
No,
cooked in the
sorry,
preseason.
No, no.
By the way,
one-
DHL.
Potential
for him.
on him in preseason, by
Sorry,
the way.
DHL. By the way, DHL.
My opinion of Cassidy, sorry, Gary. My opinion of Cassidy is not from preseason because, again, I was the only one during preseason that said, I don't understand anything these guys are doing. Let's not judge it yet. Give it time. But back in, I watched him during the tournament in the summer. He was used to score goals. He is not a good, he's not actually a good player technically. On a technical level, he's
He's good.
average. The way people get. Do you rate Bruno Fernandes?
No.
Bruno.
No. Okay, cool. But you rate Cassidy.
Yeah, because Cassidy can give me tackles and get into the
Oh,
box and score me
okay.
goals and
Cassidy-
actually get
Cassidy-
good dribbling
no,
ability.
no.
Like Cassidy has more talent than Bruno. Stop it.
Marshall. Cassidy,
Yes, he
Cassidy
does.
will never,
Then Bruno
Cassidy will-
Fernandez, stop it.
Wait, what?
Cassidy will
God.
never be a Bruno. He will never be a Bruno.
Bruno,
Right.
Bruno.
Mark my words. You guys all heard it here. Cassidy will be better than Bruno.
But
Okay?
we're marking
By the way, sorry.
And that's a low bar that I'm sure he's gonna exceed
Division
easily.
2 Championship
Sorry.
fucking Syria.
Okay. Also, by the way, DHL Carney is actually a year younger than Cassidy, so that's the
Yeah.
first point. And also Jesse, because Cassidy is 21 and Carney's 20. Also, Jesse Jules. Yes, he might have been the best against Madrid, but Madrid never have had a well-known academy. So now we're comparing shit to shit. Thank you.
But see,
Neither
this
does
is where I
Inter.
go.
Inter doesn't have a good academy either. If you're comparing it to Barcelona or a Ajax or a PSG or a Man City, sure. You're comparing it to Madrid. Name me the last Madrid to graduate that was good.
Italians don't rate Carney. Italians don't rate Carney, bro. Or not Carney, Cassidy.
Cassidy, yeah.
Don't rate Cassidy. Listen, if Cassidy was English, you guys would not rate him. Actually, no. You guys would rate him. He was player of the tournament because he scored goals.
Marshall,
Yeah.
I can't believe it. You know, I don't even rate Gallagher highly at all. But Gallagher is twice the player. Twice.
Yeah, facts.
Listen, Chris.
Wait. Can I say one thing?
Stop
Marshall?
agreeing with. Go.
Marshall, you said, yeah, Cassidy gives me tackles and goals. What does Gallagher give you? Tackles?
Not enough goals.
Oh, we
He
should
gives
get more
you,
Gallagher.
he scored more than Cassidy outside at professional level, way more. And
Cassidy
actually-
can do
actually,
what
actually,
Gallagher
actually,
does.
By the way,
But
Conor
worse.
Gallagher didn't have a failed championship line. He went to Charlton, a team that got relegated that year, but he got him into the playoffs for the first part of the season, and then he left and they got relegated. I can't believe I'm defending Gallagher. Shame on you.
Also,
He got Swansea into the playoff semi-final, and then he had a loan at West Brom, which was a bit average, but still, in the Premier League, he's a better player. At his age, he was also as good.
Cassidy will never be better than Gallagher or Mount. Never.
You heard it here, folks.
Also, by the way,
we'll come back to the stream when Cassidy kicks
Also-
ball.
Marshall, we're
by the
not
way,
coming back.
Carney,
even does
by the
half
way-
things Mason Mount does. We're talk.
also Carney's born in mid-October and Cassidy is born in early Jan, so that's a 10-month difference. That's almost a year. DHL. So yes, that is a difference.
I thought we were starting to look at horoscopes. Anyways,
No. He's talking
I
about.
do want to move on.
Yeah,
Chris.
so-
I don't- like we're getting really close to the 3-hour mark, and I do need to.
We
end
are
the
3
show.
hours. We are 3
Yeah, I didn't expect this to happen. It does happen, but we're gonna have to come back to Cassidy in the preseason. Listen, the Reece James. I expected the Reece James conversation to go long, but I didn't expect everything else to go long. But you know, Chris, you fucking fraud, bro. Because
Why?
you talk so much shit about Cassidy, who you've not seen fucking play.
How much you seen him play?
That's the same as you, pretty much.
Well,
Yeah,
there
you
go.
talk so
I know
fraudulently
you.
about him, and then the one player I actually give you your condolences for, but you also do the same thing before he fucking played. Is this
Who,
guy?
Carney? Wait, I need to look. Hang on. I'm not looking at
This
the screen.
guy. Anyway,
This guy's shit. I always said he's shit the whole
Fulham
time. man.
boss Marco Silva confirmed Armando Broja was not in the Fulham matchday squad yesterday due to a technical decision. He's due back at Chelsea this summer. We're getting $4 million and a washed Armando Broja, which again he did his ACL. I'm gonna give him. Maybe he could do well next season. Maybe. But that time will tell for Chelsea. I don't think we're selling him, Chris. Or maybe we will. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
you say do well for Chelsea though as well.
Yeah,
He
might-
never done well, I don't think, in his life. Like I seen him in the Premier League, Southampton, Chelsea, like Fulham. Like he ain't doing shit before. Like the ACL is an excuse. He was shit before that anyway. He never
No,
rated.
he
this
wasn't.
guy.
He wasn't shit before
He
the
was.
ACL.
He wasn't good for Southampton. He wasn't
He was
that
good
great.
at Southampton.
God.
No, he
He was
wasn't.
good
He
at
barely
Southampton.
scored goals for them.
He was a
It's
kid.
Southampton, Chris.
Because yeah, like smaller teams can't. You can't have a striker score more than 10 goals for a smaller team. You're saying?
Chris, he was a kid. He was a kid at Southampton.
Okay. Cho
Like-
was a kid too, man. He was showing great talent, but people say, oh,
He
like
was
this, that, and that.
a kid at Southampton. He was a kid at Southampton, and it was his first loan.
What?
He was a kid at Southampton, and it was his first loan, and he did well. It was a good loan.
Nah.
No, Chris, it was a good loan. He did improve there slightly. I'm not saying he's great.
I
He
called
benched.
it. He was
He
not gonna do
benched
shit at Chelsea.
their record signing.
What?
He benched their striker that they signed that season, who was their record signing. I forgot his name already.
Adam Armstrong?
Armstrong. Yes.
Oh, that guy. Both shit.
You stink, Chris.
No, Armstrong's not shit, because I remember during that time, people rated Armstrong highly.
Didn't he come from Leipzig, Armstrong?
No, he was from the Championship.
The only thing I like about Broja is body frame. You know, that's about it.
Hey, Chris is actually, I wanted to say I was going to make a joke, but I'm not going to say it because.
All right. We've waffled so much. We're gonna end it on this one, okay? The striker who I actually think has a future at Chelsea. We'll see. Time will tell. But he's been doing well, and I do like what I've seen of him. Even though Chris will tell you from seeing nothing that he's probably shit. So let's talk about Fofana, okay?
No, I prefer this guy, by the way.
Chelsea's loan department are in a regular contact with Davidson. Why do I keep calling him Davidson? I'm going to call him Davidson from now on. Fuck it. David Dr. Fofana, led by long-serving loan technical coach Carlo Cudicini, and the club are happy with his progress. Then we have here as well. It is far too soon to know Davidson. It's far too soon to know Davidson's next step. I'm just calling him Davidson. He's Davidson. Okay. And the next step, he is focusing on the immediate task of firing Burnley towards a Premier League safety rather than agonizing about the longer term future. Which, by the way, we didn't get to see him play yesterday because of the whole loan rule. But that's the team, man. He's been doing pretty good. I forget what the stats are, but he scored 3 goals or 4 goals so far since he's gone on loan to Burnley. So he's been pretty good for them. But I mean, do you guys see a future for him at Chelsea?
He'd be actually a good backup, I think, if we don't get another striker and we actually go for a winger and other players. Like, I actually take him as a backup. He'd be a natural good backup, unlike the other one you showed before. So, yeah, I actually do rate this one a lot more than the other one before. So, yeah, I'd have him as a backup. See what you can do, competition. You know, it's not really backup, competition for, obviously, Jackson. I couldn't get that name out. So yeah, he's actually how many goals he scored this season for Burnley? Like five in like 7 games, 8 games.
I don't know.
He's actually been scoring quite a few of the games. Like
I just know Gotta Frog's moving fraudulently here with this whole Caicedo agenda, but we move.
But yeah, I like him. I actually do like him.
I like his physicality. I think he's got the physicality that Broja used to have. But he hasn't done his ACL. Unfortunately, he did his ACL. That's what happened, Chris.
He's technically very good for Fofana, man.
He is pretty good technically as well. Yeah, he's pretty agile on his feet.
Yeah, I like
someone with that much good physicality.
I'd probably loan him again unless we don't get a striker. But if you don't get a striker, I'm happy for him to stay. But if not, I think another loan would be good, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just got to be a good loan. And I know I criticize the board for the loans this season, but I think when it comes to David's loan, I think he just got really, really unlucky with the whole Union Berlin saga. I don't think there's really much you could blame because on paper it looked like a good loan. I think he was going to do really well there, but I think unfortunately just things didn't play out the way they were supposed to. But yeah, anyone else want to talk about Mr. Fofana, or are we done?
That's not a whole lot. I think
people know my stance on him.
I actually don't.
You do?
Yes.
I may have forgotten. My bad. You like him?
Have I not been the one here saying that if we don't get our top striker target, we keep
you did. My bad.
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah, I forget. There's so many fucking amazing takes on this channel that I can't remember all of them.
Hey, maybe if you listen, you learn a thing or two. But hey,
we do listen. I just forgot.
If you guys opened your eyes and saw the fraudulence of David Luiz, then you would learn a thing or two about property.
I ain't doing this for you. No, we ain't doing this, David Luiz. Shit.
Yeah, we're doing
this. This is going to be the new Reece James talk. It's going to be David Luiz.
No, I don't want David Luiz's
name
mentioned on Marshall after the stream. No more David Luiz. Backstage, Discord, fine, but not like here.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. But ladies and gents, be sure to smash up the like button. This is the end of the show. Also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Be sure to hit the bell notifications so you are notified whenever we do go live. Check out the links in the description. Leave a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on everything we discussed today, including David Luiz. And Hey, I know there's people out there that agree with me. So for those of you guys that agree with
the
me,
Johnny Munchers.
go in the comments section below and let me know you understand that David Luiz was the epitome of bozo moments. Okay? Okay?
Well,
Hey,
You all let me know.
Marshall's just a Cesare sucker, man. That's all he is.
Marshall, what were your?
And let me know if you think Cassidy has the minerals.
Marshall,
So
what
what
were your
happens
thoughts
when we
on?
have a dry news week, by the way?
What were your thoughts on Antonio Rudiger before Tuchel came?
I think Antonio Rudiger was very mid.
Fair enough.
He
So was
very
he also
mid
a
prior.
bozo? Was he also a bozo?
No, he was just mid. I just think he wasn't good enough.
Oh.
Hey, big up, Brian. Thanks for the membership, man. Thanks for the membership. We'll talk it backstage, Prime. But yeah, big up to Brian CFC for the membership. Appreciate you. What tier did you sign up? He's a casual, so big up to you, my friend. But yeah, and for those of you, thank you, Brian, for signing up for the membership. Just letting you guys know as well that you can sign up for the membership and enjoy the emojis that come with it. And also, if you sign up to the proper casual and higher tiered, I think Curry Pirates heard me talk about David Luiz. So if you sign up to the proper casual and higher tiered, you get shout outs at the end of every show. And those shout outs today are going to go to Hassan Nawaz, A. Solomon, Uncle Jester FC, Will, Adrian, Scott, Dark, OG Turbo Jesus, and EE. Appreciate you guys and your valiant support, and appreciate the support of everyone else as well. Thank you guys for being here at today's show. We're going to go ahead and raid Sarcasm City and Flawless and the man out there. But we'll see you again. Well, I'll see you again on Tuesday because American Waffle is going to be on Tuesday. So come tune in to American Waffle over on Stoppy TV on Tuesday. I'll be back Wednesday where I'm bringing on some special guests for you guys for the preview for the Man United Chelsea game. Then I'll see you on Thursday for the Man United Chelsea game. And then we'll see you again Saturday for more stuff. I don't know at this point, but we'll see you. All right. We got lots of content coming. Thick and fast. Like David Luiz. So, ladies and gents, go ahead, have a good night. I'll see you later. Stay casual. See you over on Flawless. Copy and paste every message. Peace.
Is David Luiz?